Okay, I hope you guys are ready now. Wow, as I can see, there are more number of girls in the class. Good. Is it because of time? It's early in the morning, or admissions are more in case of girls? Chalo. Good morning, everyone. Let's continue with our current affairs session. And before I start this session, I just just wanted to request you. Request is something like those who are attending this class, please try to switch on the camera. And those who are sitting in the classroom, guys, when I'm asking, please try to give a confirmation in the form of thumbs up and thumbs down. I'm a teacher, and my profession is teaching, and teaching is a two-way communication. Once I see your expression, once I see your feedback, your thumbs up, thumbs down, that makes me clear that should I explain more or less. So I'm not a good teacher, but you can make me good. Reason is, if you'll give me feedback, I will teach according to you. And if you are not going to share your feedback, so I'll be teaching with my brain. So my brain is not important this time. Your brain is important, right? So try to give the confirmation. Okay, coming back to the point. Today's session is all about current affairs. In next 2 to 3 hours, I'm not sure it is going to take 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever it will take, but we are going to cover all the current affairs. If I'll say about the IBPS AFO examination, I don't consider that current affairs is important part. Why so? Because from current affairs, they used to ask very easy question. Yes, sometimes difficult question are there, but most of the time questions are easy. And let's say 5 questions will be there from current affairs. So out of 5 questions, 3 to 4 will be based on current schemes, right? So they ask question from current affairs, mostly from current schemes, and from current schemes they used to ask from major schemes like Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, ENAM, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, or maybe some other major schemes, right? So you don't need to focus more on current affairs. I'm going to teach you current affairs. Immediately after this class, I'm going to share a PDF of the current affairs notes. Those notes are having 55 pages. In those 55 pages, we have summarized all those things. So make sure to cover each and everything by today only, because at 9 or 9:30 we will end this class. And after ending this class, you'll be having the whole day. So that 55 pages, I think 6 to 8 hours of efficient reading is sufficient for it. So try to cover everything within today only. The reason is, once you will cover this current affairs, so now there is one burden in your mind, because everybody think like, sir, when will you cover current affairs? So they consider current affairs as a major part. And even if 5 questions will be there, still, so we can say it is major part. But the main point is, these questions are easy. Current affairs is comparatively easy part to understand, right? So try to cover it within a day. So we are going to start with the current affairs schemes only. So first we will start this session with the MSP, minimum support price. Everybody know what is the meaning of MSP. There are two words. One is known as act and second is known as policy. What is the difference between these two words? If government want to implement any changes, so they will have to pass that same bill in the parliament. In parliament, once they will get the majority, they can implement the same thing in the India, whether it is a reform in the constitution or it is any bill, any scheme or something else. So they will have to get it passed through the parliament. Now, once the bill is passed, now that bill will be known as policy or act. Act means something which is compulsory, which is a guarantee from government side. Like if I'll talk about the act, so in case of act we can talk about the traffic act. So our traffic act enforces us to wear a helmet if we are going on two-wheeler, and you will have to wear a seat belt if you are using a four-wheeler. So that is something which is not a suggestion from government side, that is a compulsion from government side, so you will have to wear it. So act means something which is compulsory for government as well as for the citizens of India. But when we talk about policy, so policy is something which is not mandatory, which is not compulsory, which is not a guarantee. Like Forest Act and Forest Policy. So Forest Act means if you are going to cut the tree in the forest area, that is illegal. So there will be strict action by the government because that comes under the act. But the policy, government policy says there should be 33% geographical area covered by the forest. But till now we are at almost 25%. 33% is not yet covered. The reason is that's a kind of policy. So policy, you can say it's a kind of suggestion. It's a kind of suggestion made by the government that is not compulsory. So if I will say try to cover these current affairs within a day. So now if you will consider me the part of government, so this is not an act, because I'm not forcing you to cover it within a day, but I am strictly suggesting you to cover it in a day, right? So that is a kind of policy. Now, why I was telling you the difference between these two? Because MSP, minimum support price, is not an act. It's a policy. Policy means it's not a guarantee from government side. You will see every season, before the season starts, government used to announce minimum support price. So government is announcing the minimum support price. Even government has different procurement agencies. Procurement agencies means government have different agencies to buy those food grain or those commodity which comes under MSP. But government does not guarantee you to buy all the product under minimum support price. So that means it's not an act, it's a policy. I said there are different procurement agencies. So by those procurement agency, government used to purchase the products, commodities which comes under minimum support price. Like under minimum support price, two commodity which can be considered as the major commodity, and those major commodity are rice and wheat. Rice and wheat is very important for us because it ensure our food security, and rice and wheat is procured by Food Corporation of India. Next, if we talk about jute, so major production of jute you will see in West Bengal. West Bengal is the topmost producer of the jute, and jute is procured by JCI. It is Jute Corporation of India. Are you getting my point? Procurement means purchase. So government said ABC community MSP is 1000 rupee. So who will give this 1000 rupee? Where we can sell the product? So you are selling the product to agency, and the agency which is purchasing it. So purchase is technically known as procurement. So procurement of rice and wheat will be done by FCI. Jute will be done by JCI. Then cotton. Cotton is also a major commodity. So that is done by CCI, which is Cotton Corporation of India. And then when we talk about the pulses and oil seed, so the procurement of pulses and oil seed will be done by the NAFED. Do you guys know what is NAFED? So I hope NAFED, everybody know about NAFED. If no, then we'll discuss in further classes. So NAFED is something which is involved in cooperative marketing. So this is something, National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation. So NAFED is involved in cooperative market. Along with cooperative marketing, NAFED is focused on the procurement of pulses and oilseed. And what will be the price when the NAFED is purchasing the pulses and oilseed from the farmers? So what will the pricing of those pulses? So pricing will be decided by the government, and that pricing will be known as MSP, minimum support price. Now, in MSP, there are few words. Like if I'll say MSP is calculated by whom, MSP is recommended by whom, MSP is decided by whom, and then published, right? Okay. So guys, in MSP, first one is calculated. See, why calculation of MSP is compulsory? Because MSP will not be calculated. Cost of production will be calculated. There are two costs involved in agriculture. One is cost of cultivation. Second is cost of production. What is the difference between these two? Cost of cultivation means per acre or per hectare cost will be known as cost of cultivation. Like Rabi season is about to start. Now we are going to sow the wheat crop in the field. So wheat crop will take how many money, or wheat crop will take what kind of expenditure, or what amount of money involved in the cultivation of 1 acre, 1 hectare, 1 meter, 1 square, whatever the area. So per area or per acre, if you see, that will be cost of cultivation. But when you say 1 quintal of production, so per quintal production will cost this much rupee. So this will be known as cost of production. So cost of cultivation will be counted on area basis, and cost of production will be counted on production basis. So when we say about the cost of cultivation and cost of production, so MSP will be calculated on cost of production, right guys? So on cost of production, we are going to calculate MSP. Now, who will calculate this MSP? Who will calculate cost of production? So this cost of production or this MSP calculation will be done by CACP. What is the name of agency? It is Commission for Agricultural Cost and Prices, CACP. And then we talk about the recommendations. So recommendation of MSP will again given by the CACP. CACP is the one who cannot decide the MSP. CACP cannot implement this MSP, but CACP will calculate as well as recommend the MSP that sir to government. Like sir, this should be the MSP in case of wheat, in case of rice. Now ultimately that depends upon government whether they are going to give it confirmation or they are going to reduce or increase it. So decided by the government of India. So MSP will be decided by government of India, but sometime instead of government of India, if in option it is CCEA, then it is also right answer. CCEA is Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs and published by. There is not strong answer in case of published by, because these can be published by the CACP. Again, these can be published by the government of India, because publication is not an important part, but important part is recommendation and deciding authority. So government will decide by the recommendation given by CACP. Okay, I hope till now you guys are clear. So guys, coming back to the point, so we are talking about the MSP, which is minimum support price. So in minimum support price, okay. Okay, done. So guys, it's minimum support price is a form of market intervention, because as the name says, minimum support price. So government is giving this price to support the farmers, and these prices are not maximum. These are minimum prices. So what is the intention behind this policy? Like if you are a farmer and wheat MSP is 2500 rupees kg, you are getting 3000 rupees kg. You can export it, you can sell in the domestic market, you can sell in the other state. If you are getting 3000 rupees per quintal, you are allowed to sell your crop. No one can stop you. But if you are not getting good price in the market, if in the market price is 2000 rupee kg and you are saying my own cost on per quintal it is 2200. So if 2200 is the cost and you are getting 2000 in the market, that means there is a loss involved in cultivation. So the government says that okay, fine, we are going to intervene in the market, and by this intervention we will ensure that at least you are getting minimum price of 2500. If you are getting more than that, you can sell in the market, but if not, then we are in the market. So government intervention in the market to ensure minimum pricing. So MSP is a form of market intervention by the government of India to ensure agriculture product, agriculture producer means farmer, against any sharp fall in the farm prices. So like if MSP is 2500, so price cannot go 2000 or 1800, because if MSP is 2500, so that means again the price in the market will be 2500 to 3000. So there should not be a sharp fall, there should not be loss in case of producer. This is why this policy is given by the government of India. The minimum support price are announced by the government of India, right? Yeah. So we were discussing about the publication. Publication means where it will be published or who will publish this. Now one more word is there, MSPs are announced by. So it is announced by government of India at the beginning of the sowing season. Guys, this word is very important. When we announce or when government announce MSP at the beginning of the season, just 10 to 15 days before when the season is about to start, so they will announce minimum support price. So government of India at the beginning of the sowing season for certain crops, on the basis of the recommendation given by the CACP, which is Commission for Agriculture Cost and Prices. Okay, now everybody is clear what is the meaning of MSP. So in case of MSP as we discussed, cereals and core cereals. Mainly it will be wheat and rice, but yes, if millets are there, so millets will be the part of coarse cereal. Do you know what is the meaning of coarse cereal? Coarse means, in other way you can say rough. Rough means which doesn't suit to our mouth. Like we can eat rice and wheat throughout the year, but we cannot eat millets throughout the year, because millets are not that much smooth. They are coarse cereal, they are rough cereal. So coarse cereal means millet. So coarse cereal and cereal will be procured by the FCI. Pulses, oilseed, copra, which is the part of coconut, and dehusked coconut. So this will be taken by or procured by the National Agricultural Cooperative Marketing Federation of India, which is also known as NAFED, along with the NCCF, which is National Cooperative Consumers Federation. So this was not involved in the procurement, but recently government added this organization along with the NAFED. So these two organizations are responsible for the procurement of pulses, oilseed, copra, and dehusked coconut. Then cotton will be by CCI, and then jute procurement will be done by the JCI. Okay. Then talking about the how many crops comes under the MSP. So generally we used to say it is 22 plus 1. If you'll ask me a question that, sir, how many crops comes under MSP? So I will say 22 plus 1. But why 22 plus 1? Why can't we say 23? The reason is, out of these 23, one crop is there which is known as sugarcane. And sugarcane comes with a different pricing policy. Sugarcane pricing policy is known as FRP, fair and remunerative prices. So MSP is not there for sugarcane, it is FRP, but policy is almost same. Like it will be recommended by the CACP and FRP will be decided by the government of India. So everything is same, just the name is different, just the policy name is different. So this is why we consider sugarcane also the part of MSP. So under MSP, 7 cereals are there. Among 7 cereals, paddy, wheat, maize, sorghum, pearl millet, barley, and ragi. 5 pulses comes under MSP: gram, tur, mung, urad, and lentil. The next is 7 oilseed. In 7 oilseed, groundnut, rapeseed, which is also known as mustard, because these are different varieties. So rapeseed or mustard will be considered as one. Next is soybean, sesame means till, and then sunflower, safflower, and Niger seed. These 7 comes under oilseed and comes under MSP. And 4 commercial crops: copra, you can also call it coconut, then sugarcane, cotton, as well as jute. So these are the 23 commodities which comes under minimum support price, which will be recommended by the government, which will be recommended by the CACP and decided by the government of India. Now guys, this one is the major important part. They can ask two kind of question. What? First question can be, what is the MSP for marketing season 2025-26? And they can also ask, what is the MSP of marketing season 2024-25? There are less chances that they will ask question from this. There are more chances they will ask question from current season, but they can ask. So, sir, are we going to remember two data? No, I think one is sufficient. Let me tell you. First of all, just see the heading, then we will discuss this data. First is MSP of marketing season 25-26. So 26 is yet to come. Why it is mentioned as 26? The reason is, when we talk about the crop year, so crop year can be considered as 24-25 or it can be called as 25, because first is paddy. So sowing or transplanting of paddy was started in June, July, and it is going to harvested within the next few days. So like right now, if you'll see North India, so paddy is getting harvested. So harvesting will be done within few days. So starting was in June and ending is in September, October. So that means within 2025, the sowing and harvesting will be done. So we can say crop year is 2025. But when the product is getting harvested in the October month, so it will be sold in the market in upcoming months. So that upcoming month can be October, November, December, Jan, Feb, or maybe March. So this is why crop year can be called as 2025 or 24-25, but marketing season will be considered as 25-26. Are you getting my point? Okay. Coming back to the point, next one is margin over cost. What is the meaning of margin? In simple word, we can say margin means it is profit. So profit is something like, if my cost of production is 100 rupees per quintal and government is offering 150 rupees per quintal MSP, that means government is giving me 50% margin. So margin over cost, if you'll see, minimum margin is mentioned as 50%, right? It is more than 50 or it is 50 but not less than 50. So government gives a guarantee that farmers are earning at least 50% on their cost of production. Now, if you see my statement, as I said, government is saying that farmers are at least earning 50% on their cost of production. But if you see the present scenario, current scenario, or practical situation, so farmers are unhappy with this policy. Farmers are saying that they are not offering a sufficient price in the form of MSP. If 50% or more than 50%, like here in wheat, government says farmers are earning 105% of profit. So that means farmers should be very happy because they are earning double money. Why they are unhappy? The reason is with the method we are using for the calculation. So for MSP calculation, we have three methods. One is called as A2 method. Second is called as A2 plus FL method, and third is called as C2 method. Now, what is the difference between these three methods? First one is A2 method, which will count only input cost. Input cost is like, if you are a farmer and you are cultivating the crop, and while you are cultivating the crop, your input cost like on fertilizer, pesticide, seeds, or irrigation water or labor, whatever the input cost will be there, they will just count all the input cost, and based on this they will calculate, like just an example, 1000 per quintal is the price of the wheat, is the production cost of production in case of wheat. But in this, they are not counting family labor, because if I belongs to that land where they are counting input cost, so I'm also working as a labor, but I am not paying money to myself. Why? The reason is it's belong to me only. So in second method, which says A2 plus FL, so A2 will be repeated as it is input cost, then FL stands for family labor. So now they are going to count the value of the family labor as well. So here just an example, production cost will be 1100 per quintal, because when they will increase or they will add the family labor, obviously the cost will be increased. Third one is called as CC method. CC is otherwise called as C2 method. And what is the meaning of CC? It is comprehensive cost. So when we talk about the comprehensive cost, so here input cost plus family labor plus interest on the investment. Like if my land is worth rupees 1 crore, so what will be the interest on the 1 crore? That will be counted. And if land does not belongs to you, you have taken on the rent, then what is the rent of 1 year for the land, right? So rent or interest will be counted. If you are the owner, then rent, sorry, not rent. If you are the owner, so that means investment is there, so interest will be counted. If land is taken on the rent basis, the rent will be counted. So just example, if we calculate with this method, so now the cost will be almost 1500, as the Swaminathan Commission says, when we move from A2 plus FL to C2 method, so almost 40% cost will be increased. So Swaminathan Commission, which is also known as National Commission on Farmers. National Commission on Farmers, which was established in 2004, and the chairman of this commission was M.S. Swaminathan ji. This is why that commission is also called as Swaminathan Commission. So Swaminathan Commission recommend to use C2 method, but right now government is using A2 plus FL method. So by using A2 plus FL method, government is saying that at least we are offering 50% margin, because if with the same pricing they will calculate over the C2 method, so the 50% government is claiming will remain only 10%. So commission says you should go with the CC method or C2 method, but right now government is using A2 plus FL method. Next one is MSP increase in 25-26 over 24-25. So as I said, they can ask question from previous season. They can ask question from current season. So once the question is there in the exam related to MSP, so just see the marketing season carefully, right? So you don't need to learn two pricing policy, just go with single. And along with this, if you can remember this data, like it says paddy MSP is 2369 this year and increment is 69. If 69 rupees of increment has been done this year, so that means last year what was the MSP? It was 2300. So you don't need to learn two data. One is sufficient, right? So simply go with this one and then this data. Okay. And in this, you don't need to learn margin over cost, but yes, you can simply learn like which one is having highest increase. So till now, it is saying 105%. I will come back to this slide, but just let me check if there is more than 105. No, है ना? So yes, it is 98% in case of mustard and rapeseed, but in case of wheat, it is 105% of increase. So that means in this part, learn only data that which crop has highest margin over cost. It is wheat, and after wheat it is mustard. That's it, over. Okay, next one is about the pricing. So pricing in case of MSP, paddy, common paddy MSP is 2369, or you can say 2369, an increase of 69 had been done. And in case of paddy which is superior grade A, the pricing is 2389 and the increase is same 69 rupees of increase have been done as compared to the previous year. Then Jawar, there are two kind of Jawar. One is hybrid, second is Baldadi. So hybrid Jawar MSP is 3699. So instead of 3699, you can make it easy and just remember 3700. That is fine. And in case of Jawar Mal Dandi, it is 3749. An increment of 328 rupees per quintal have been done as comparative to the previous season. Now guys, if it is possible, repeat it with me, because if you are going to speak it, it will be easy for you to remember. So guys, tell me, what is the MSP of Bajra? Yes, it is 2775 or 2775. And what is the increase as comparative to previous season? It is, yes, right, 150. What is the MSP of Ragi? It is 4886 rupees per quintal. And what is the increase? It is 596. In case of maize, what is the MSP of maize, guys? Yes, maize is important crop, so learn it well. It is 2400. Increment of 175 have been done. Wheat is very, very important. Like paddy and wheat are too important. So what is the MSP of wheat right now? It is 2425. An increment of rupees 150 have been done. Why increment is 150? And sir, here it is saying that production margin over production is 105, because if you'll see, increment in case of Jawar, it is more. It is 328 rupees kg. In paddy, sorry, in wheat it is just 150. Then why percentage is more? So this data is based on the previous data. Previous means previous MSP. So previous MSP was this and it is increased by this amount. But this is based on the margin over cost, means this is based on the cost of production. That cost of production is rupees 1000 and government is offering 2000. That means 100% of increment or margin is there in the cost. So wheat MSP is 2425 and 150 increment is given. The next one is barley. Barley's MSP is 1980 and increment of 130 have been done. Then next one is the pulses. In case of pulses, first crop is tur, which is 8000 rupee per quintal, and increment of 450 have been done. Next is mung. In case of mung, the MSP of mung is 8768. Increment of only 86 rupees have been done. Then in case of urad, MSP is 7800 and increment of 400 is given. Gram, it is 5650, 5650 rupees and increment of 210 rupees is given. In case of lentil, MSP is 6700 and increment of 275 rupees have been given. Then in case of oil seed, first one is groundnut. It is important. If you are unable to remember, maybe you can ignore sunflower, maybe you can ignore these. Still, I will say in case of IBPS, everything is important. You will have to learn this data, but groundnut is very important. So MSP of groundnut is 7263. Increment of 480 has been done. In case of sunflower, it is 7,721. Increment of 441 have been done. In case of soybean, MSP is 5,328 and increment of 436 is there. Sesame, it is 9,846, increment of 579. The Niger seed is it is 9,537, increment of 820. Rapeseed and mustard MSP is 5,950, an increment of 300. Then safflower is 5,940, an increment of 140 is there. And the last part is about commercial crop. So commercial crop cotton. So in case of cotton, the length of the cotton fiber, length which is known as staple length. So length of the fiber is important. So medium length fiber is priced at 7,710. And in case of long fiber, long staple, it is 8,110. And increment as compared to previous year, it is 589. In case of raw jute, it is 5,650, increment of 315. Then copra, milling copra is priced at 11,582, and bowl copra is 12,100. No increment is given. And then sugarcane. In case of sugarcane, recovery rate is 10.25, right? So make sure to learn this recovery basis. 10.25% recovery will be taken from the sugarcane. And what is the FRP? It comes under the same policy, but the name for this is FRP, and FRP of sugarcane is 355. Now, these are something which will be decided by the government of India, but in your state or in any other state, these data can vary. Because based on state government can give the bonus. Like UP government, just an example. UP government decided that we are going to give 10 rupees per quintal bonus. So 355 rupees will be given by the central government. Remaining 10 rupees as the part of bonus will be given by the state government, but farmers will be getting 365 rupees. Instead of 355, they will get 365 rupees. So state to state it can vary, but they cannot ask question from the state. They are going to ask from the center only. So these are the MSP, and I told you each and everything which is related to MSP. Maybe that is a pricing policy, who is deciding, who will procure, and what is the MSP right now. So MSP is over, but this is important for your examination. They can ask one question from basic fact, or they can ask directly question from the MSP. Right, guys. So guys, next we are going to study about priority sector lending. So I just need a 1 minute of break. After that, we'll continue with this. I'm not feeling well today, so I'll be taking a little break in between. So just allow me a minute. Okay, guys. Before we move forward, let me tell you one more thing. As I said that they can ask question from this year, or maybe they can ask question from last year. So in case of Kharif, the data will remain same. But in case of Rabi, the data for next season is already launched. Like data is launched for the next year also. So in your current affairs PDF, which I am going to share after this class, so MSP of 26-27 is also added. So make sure in case of Rabi, you are going to read this one as well as 26-27. And in case of Rabi, in case of Kharif, the data given in this presentation is sufficient. So in your book, you will be getting one additional part, which will be 26-27 season Rabi crop MSP. So you'll have to learn that data as well. Okay, guys, moving forward, next one is priority sector lending. And I hope so you guys are already knowing about this. It is known as PSL. These are the guidelines given by the Reserve Bank of India. And these guidelines will be followed by all the banks. And recently, one small changes have been done by the RBI. That was movement from 75 to 60% under the PSL target. I will tell you about this change, but before that, we should know what is the meaning of this. So as the name says, priority sector lending. What is the meaning of lending? When the banks are offering the money to the client, to the farmer, to the people who serve the customer are there. So that part, when they are giving the money, but they will, those customer will be repaying the money with the interest. So that process is known as lending. And in case of lending, RBI said there are some sector which should be given priority. Just an example, if bank is giving the loan to the A sector, B sector, C sector, D sector, so RBI said I don't have any problem, but I just wanted to make sure that E sector will remain your priority. So you can do the business with the ABCD sector, but E should be your priority. So that means if you are giving loan to these customer, these sector, you will also offer the loan to E sector. Now, if bank will say, sir, how we will ensure, because E sector is very small sector, sir. So customer are not coming to us from the E sector because customers are in the village only and they are not coming to us. If they are not coming to us, how we can give the loan to them? So RBI says, as I mentioned, this is compulsory for you. If you want to increase the business, you will have to give the loan to E sector also. Sir, how can I go to the farmer, sir? They are not coming to the bank's branch. So now RBI is enforcing them to go with the E sector. So this is why they will have to establish their branches in the rural area just to make sure that it is accessible for the farmer. So that E sector, you can say agriculture. So maybe farmers cannot reach to the rural branches. This is why banks have a compulsion to establish their branches in the rural area. By reaching to the rural area, now they can offer their services to the farmers, because agriculture is the part of BSL. Agriculture is a sector. According to RBI, agriculture should be given priority. So if a sector should be given priority in case of lending, it will be known as priority sector lending. So under priority sector lending, RBI said there are different sector, different categories. So first one is agriculture. Apart from agriculture, MSME should also be given priority. Then export credit. If someone is asking for the money, but that money will be involved in the export purpose, so government want to promote export, so you should make it priority. Then education. Obviously, education is very important. So education loan is also the part of PSL. Then housing, because house is the part of our necessity. Food, cloth and shelter, these three are necessities. Housing is the part of PSL. The social infrastructure, if somebody want to do social welfare, maybe state government, central government or some other person, so they should be given priority, because social infrastructure will help so many. Then renewable energy, if someone want to establish a plant of solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy or any kind of other renewable energy, so they should be given priority and others. So these eight are the category comes under priority sector lending. This is defined by Reserve Bank of India that you'll have to give the priority to these sector. But sir, how the RBI will ensure they are giving the priority or not? Because if authority from your coaching institute, they will say these three girls are very intelligent in the study and you should give priority to them. But there is a no measurement that I am going to give priority or I'm going to treat everyone equally, right? So how they will ensure? So in this scenario, RBI will give them the target that this much of money should go to the PSL, should go to the priority sector lending. So if you are offering 100 rupees is the part of loan, out of 100 rupees, 40 rupees should go to the PSL. Out of 100 rupees, 20 should go to the PSL. So RBI will decide a fixed target and bank will have to meet those target. So bank priority sector lending definition for priority sector lending was formalized, means it was written based on the Reserve Bank of India report in the National Credit Council in 1972. And as I said that there is a fixed target, like if you'll go with the target, so here it says for foreign bank it is 40%, domestic commercial bank it is 40%, for small finance bank it was 75%, but for next year, for 2025-26 onward, they said now it is 60%. It was 75%, but now it is 60%, right? So make sure to remember this part. But sir, what is the meaning of this? So government is deciding this target, or RBI is deciding this target based on ANBC, adjusted net banking credit. Credit means the amount of loan which is offered by the bank in the to the client. Then sir, we can simply call it total loan. Why we are calling it ANBC? Because bank is giving loan to the customer. Along with that, bank used to make the investment in the market. So whatever the investment, just an example, they have made investment of 100 rupees and they have given the loan of 100 rupees. So total A and B C will be 200 rupees. Now based on these 200 rupees, the RBI will give them the target. So A and B C means total amount of loan along with the investment made by the bank, that will be known as A and B C, and RBI will decide these target based on A and B C. So now the total priority sector, when we talk about the target, so RBI says if you are a domestic commercial bank, Domestic commercial bank, like if you are a State Bank of India, Union Bank of India, Central Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, or these major banks. So for you, target is 40% of A and B, C. What is the meaning of this? So if 200 rupees investment made by the commercial bank, so they will have to make sure that 40% of the loan is going to priority sector. What are the priority sectors? So as we discussed, there are 8 categories in the private sector. So if a priority sector, if 200 is the total loan, so out of 200, 40% means 80 rupees should go to these enterprise, these sectors. Then target in case of foreign banks, and in case of commercial bank, it is same 40%. In case of RRB, target is 75%. Sir, why it is more in case of RRB? The reason is RRBs are working in the rural area only. Their major loan is offered to the agriculture sector only. This is why target is comparatively more in case of RRB. And in case of small finance bank, earlier the target was 75%, but now the RBI reduced this 75% to 60%. So for small finance bank, it is 60%, and this is something which is total priority sector lending, total target. But out of this total target, now for agriculture, it is 18%. Guys, can you tell me the answer? Let me ask the question. It says priority sector in case of agriculture, it is 18%. So 18% of what? Like if I'll say 100 rupees is the total investment made by the bank. Out of 100, total target for the priority sector was 40%. 40% means it will be 40 rupees. So this 18% is of 100, or this 18% of 40 rupees will go to agriculture? Can you tell me the right answer? This 80%, 18%, not 80, sorry. So 18% of 40 rupees or 18% of 100 rupees will be given by the bank to the farmer. Can you answer this question, guys? 18% of what? 100 or 40? Because if total investment made by the bank, it is 100 rupees. So 100 rupees means 40% will be 40 rupees. So 18% of 40 rupees will be around 7.5 rupee. And if I'll go with 18% of 100, it will be exactly 18 rupee, right? So 18 rupee or 7.5 rupee. Guys, those who are sitting in Sridhar, can you tell me 18? If 18 is the answer, so give me a symbol of 1. If 7.5, then 2. 1 or 2? 18 is 1, 7.5 is 2. Guys, you are also preparing for general banking, and this is the part of general banking. You cannot be silent like this. 1 or 2? 1 means 7.5, 2 means it is 18%. No, you are not able to answer this. So guys, it will be 7.5, right? 18% of 40. Okay, coming back to the point. Here, you should answer this question, guys. Okay, coming back to the point. Agriculture sector, in case of agriculture sector, so domestic commercial bank, which is also called as schedule bank. In schedule bank, RRBs are also there, but it is already mentioned the small finance bank and RRBs are excluded. But for domestic bank or foreign bank with 20 branches or above, for them target is 18%. But if the foreign bank have less than 20 branches, so they do not have any target in case of agriculture. For RRB, it is again 18%. For small finance bank, it is again 18%. So for agriculture, it is 18%. In case of micro enterprise like MSME, it is a part of MSME. So in case of commercial bank, it is 7.5%. Foreign bank with less than 20 branches, not applicable. RRBs and small finance bank, it is again 7.5%, and advances to weaker section. Weaker section can be small and marginal farmer, SC, ST, or some other farmers. So to weaker section, it is 12%, but in case of RRB, it is 15%. In case of small finance bank, it is 12%. That's it, guys. I hope now you are clear. You just need to remember this data: 7.5%, 12%, 18%, and 40%. And then these 8 categories comes under the priority sector. It is agriculture, MSME, export credit, education, housing, social infrastructure, as well as renewable energy and others. Okay, guys, this part is over. Now, moving towards the next part, and in next part, we are going to study the scheme. And here in the class, I'm going to cover the major scheme, but yes, some minor scheme will also be there in the notes. So please make sure to cover them. Even I can cover each and everything. I don't have any issue. But these are very easy part of agriculture. Like if I talk about the scheme, what you need to learn in the scheme, first was the name of the scheme, second, their launching year, third, objective, why we launch this scheme, and fourth, if any other important data. Like in case of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, name, year and objective is okay, but now premium rates are also important, so you'll have to learn the premium rate. In case of Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, year, objective and name is important, but along with that, you'll have to learn the component of Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. So like this, if any important point that should be learned, otherwise 3 points are sufficient: name, their year as well as their objective. That's it, nothing else. So this is very easy. So let's start with the first scheme which started in 2020 and the scheme name is Formation and Promotion of 10,000 Farmer Producer Organization. Sir, is this scheme important? I think this is very, very important. Why, sir? The reason is, right now, government is highly focused on FPOs. If you see, a vacancy was given by UPSC. UPSC, yes, which used to conduct the examination from the civil for the civil services. So UPSC recently conducted an examination for agriculture marketing. So they hired people from BSc agriculture background. But yes, along with that, they were asking for the experience as well. So their interview was on 6th October only, few days back. So I was preparing the student for this vacancy. Why I'm telling you about this vacancy? Because this vacancy was released for the very first time. Why? Because UPSC is going to hire those 33 candidates to promote FPOs, to promote a farmer producer organization. So if government is releasing a special vacancy to promote an organization, that means that organization is important. So now this UPSC vacancy is not important because vacancy is over. But I was just telling you the importance of FPO. Now we need to know what is the meaning of FPO. So guys, FPO meaning is, okay, so when we talk about the FPO, so FPO meaning is Farmer Producer Organization. What is the meaning of this? So to understand, to explain this concept, I will just take the example of these students sitting in the class. So guys, just consider you all are from one village and you all are farmer, right? You used to sell your crops in the market. Sometime you are getting 10 rupees per kg, 20 rupees kg, 100 rupees kg. So because of market demand, it is fluctuating. Like in case of potato, sometime people, farmer used to get 2 or 3 rupees kg and sometime it is 8 rupees kg. So just consider you are a farmer, you are from village and you are from same village and you used to sell the product in the market individually. And this year you are getting only 10 rupees per kg. Last year the price was 20 rupees kg, but this year you are getting a 10 rupees kg and you are requesting the buyer that, sir, at least offer us 15 rupees kg. But buyer is saying, we have so many producer. If you want to sell in the market, then it is okay. Otherwise, you can go back. So you went back in the village and you all decided to make an organization. So instead of selling it individually, now you are going to make an organization. Like you are sitting in the class right now. Instead of calling it a classroom, I will call it a FPO, Farmer Producer Organization. So you have made it an organization. So if you will sell in the market, you are selling it whole produced from the village. So you went to the buyer, you said, sir, I am representing that FPO and that FPO has 500 members. If you want to take the product at 15 rupees kg, we are okay. Otherwise, not even a single person is going to sell in the market. Now buyer will be worried because 500 people are denying to sell in the market. There will be shortage of supply and buyer will say, okay, fine, I'll give you 15 rupees per kg. But this cannot be done by the individual farmer. Are you getting my point? When you are in the form of organization, it is easy for you to negotiate on the pricing. Like if somebody asks me, just an example, if someone will ask me, sir, can you cover a question from the current affairs asked in the previous examination? So maybe I can ignore that request. But if the whole class is saying, sir, after covering this session, please discuss all the current affairs question, definitely I'll have to do because you are in the collaborative form. So organization is nothing. It is simple collaborative efforts of the farmer where they have made an organization. Like if you have seen, there's a truck union, bus union, even there are a tempo union. Tempo means those three-wheelers and operating on the road, so they also have a union. So if they are on the strike, all the auto will be on the strike. If buses are on the strike, all the buses are on the strike. If farmers are there on the strike, or if farmers are denying to sell the chili in the market, so all the farmers of the village or all the farmers of FPO is saying we are not selling chili this year in the market. Now there will be shortage of supply and buyers will be giving you more pricing. So how this was possible? Just because of organization, and that organization can be known as FPO. And for FPO, marketing or selling the product was just an example. Another example can be, you are taking the fertilizer from the market and every year you realize that fertilizer shortage in the market and you are unable to take the sufficient quantity of fertilizer. But this year you made the organization FPO and you talked to the one seller and you said, we are not coming to take the fertilizer from your shop. You will have to deliver here. Every farmer need 5 bags. So 500 into 5 means 2500 bags we need, and you have to deliver it here. Now maybe fertilizer shop owner can deny for the 5 bag that I'm not going to deliver, you'll have to come here, but for 2500 bag he will be okay. That okay sir, I'll be supplying this input at this place. So by making an FPO, it will be easier for you to access the market, to operate in the market, or to work in collaborative manner. I hope you are getting my point. So FPO, to promote FPO, there is a scheme which is called as formation and promotion. So first of all, government will try to form, then government will try to promote, and the target is 10,000 FPOs, because if FPOs will be there, if farmer will work in a collaborative manner, there will be so many benefit along with the fertilizer or marketing. You can take another example. Another example, say if a farmer want to cultivate and farmer need tractor, rotavator and other implement, one farmer cannot do this. But if there is a farmer producer organization, 500 farmers are there, and they took the loan from the NABARD, they said for FPO we need loan, and now those 500 farmers are having 10 tractor, 20 rotavator, 20 disc plow, or whatever you want to say. Now the FPO is dividing those resources based on the rent. Like you want tractor for 5 hours, you will have to pay 2500. You want to buy tractor for 10 hours, you will have to pay 5000. So like we take Ola and Uber from the market. In that way, farmer will be able to take tractor and implement on the rental basis, and that will be something which will make the farmer efficient because it will reduce the cost of the cultivation. So FPO can do everything. So FPO means farmer producer organization, and to promote and to form the FPOs, 10,000 FPOs by 2027-28, government took this target and this scheme was launched in 2020. It was launched by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. The scheme was launched a budget outlay of rupees 6,865 crore till 2027-28. Some students consider that this data is very important. I can say this is important but not very important. As I mentioned, first important part is name, second is year, third is objective. Now objective is clear within the scheme only, fourth one will be ministry, and fifth one will be outlay. So outlay is something which cannot be asked in every year, but yes, launch year, objective, this can be asked every time. So this is, yes, important but not very important, but this part is very important. Formation and promotion of 10,000 FPOs launched in 2020 by Ministry of Agriculture, comes under Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, and budget or money outlay, you can say it is 6,865 crore till 27-28. In Feb 2025, 10,000 FPOs were registered across the country. Government completed the target by 2025, but right now government is trying to promote or to make more FPOs, and government is trying to formalize those FPOs. Formalize means in the village you made a farmer producer organization, but you are not registered. You are not registered as a company, or you are not registered organization. So you cannot take the benefit of loan or other policy. Like if you want certification of FSSAI, so FSSAI will say, do you have any certification? No, sir. So we cannot do that. So if you want to take the benefit of those government scheme, bank loan, FSSA certificate or other schemes as well, so it should be formalized. So government is trying to formalize, government is trying to give these FPO a formal status. Like Agri Coaching Chandigarh is a registered company. So if it is a registered company, so I can show that document to the bank if I want to take the loan, or if there is any relevant scheme for us, so we can show the document. So government will be able to give the benefit of the scheme to the farmers if they are a registered FPOs. Total state or top state, not total, top state having highest number of FPOs. So highest FPOs are there in the Uttar Pradesh, and second is Madhya Pradesh. Whenever you are starting this term top three states, so I will say top two are sufficient, don't go with the third one. So UP and MP is sufficient. UP is having highest FPO, and after Uttar Pradesh it is MP. So eligibility, if you want to make a FPO, there should be at least 300 farmers. 300 farmers in case of plain area, but if it is northeastern, so number of farmers are less in northeastern state or hilly state, then number of farmers should be 100. So minimum number of farmer for FPO 300. Like in your state Andhra, Telangana, you are the part of plain state, it will be 300. In case of northeastern like Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, Tripura, then it will be 100 only. नेक्स्ट स्कीम इज प्रधानमंत्री किसान ऊर्जा सुरक्षा एवं उत्थान महाअभियान. This is a Hindi word. In short, it is known as PM Kusum. Scheme says Pradhan Mantri. Everybody know the meaning of Pradhan Mantri. Kisan, it is means Kisan means farmers. Urja means it is energy, right? Then Suraksha means security, and Maha Abhiyan is something like a government has launched it as a campaign. So government has launched a campaign to promote renewable energy. So PM Kusum is mainly focused on renewable energy. This is why it comes under which ministry? Instead of Ministry of Agriculture, it comes under Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So this scheme was launched in 2019. Scheme is available till March 31st, 2026. And aim is to the scheme aim to add solar capacity of about 34,800 megawatt by March 2026 with the total central financial support of rupees 34,422 crore. है ना? In case of FPO, the outlay was very less. It was almost 7,000 crore. But here, if you go with this, it is almost 34.5 crore, 34.5 thousand crore. So outlay is very huge. Why I'm telling you this? That means it is very important for the government to invest money on the renewable energy, because after time coal will not be available in the market to create the electricity. But if coal is not available, then how we will generate the electricity? By using solar power. This is why government is promoting solar power. Not sure about your area. I am from Rajasthan, and if I'll go in the Rajasthan, because right now I'm in Chandigarh, so if I'll go to Rajasthan, in the almost every house, so in 50% houses, I'll see that people have installed the solar panel on the roof. Why? Because government is giving subsidy. Why government is giving subsidy? Whenever government want to promote anything, they will start giving the subsidies. If government want to promote anything, they will start giving the subsidies. Like if government want that people should go to the agriculture education, they will make more university. They will make more government university. They will make the expenditure less in case of graduation of agriculture. So if government want to support, they will give subsidy. So government is supporting solar panel. This is why they are offering subsidy. So their target is to generate 34,800 megawatt by March 2026, and almost outlay or budget is same. Like target is for 35,000 megawatt, and budget is also around 35,000 crore. Objective is a de-dieselization of the farm sector. Right now farm sector is using tractor, and in case of tractor they are using petrol, sorry, not petrol, it is diesel, because in case of truck, bus and tractor we use diesel. So dieselization means the use of diesel should be reduced or diesel should be removed from the farm field, because diesel is producing smoke, diesel is producing pollution. So dieselization means removing the use of the diesel from the farm sector. And how this is possible? If farmer have solar energy, then providing water and energy security to the farmers, because if they have solar panel, they can install their own tube, they can install their own energy sources, so they will be secured with this. Increasing the income of farmers and curbing environmental pollution, because if diesel is getting reduced, diesel use will reduce, so pollution will be less. And how farmers income will be increased? Because government is also offering them that if you have surplus electricity, because solar panel will generate electricity, you can use that electricity, but if you have surplus electricity, you can sell it to the government. Government will pay them money for that generated electricity. So that means government is trying to increase the income. So this is PM Kusum, launched in 29, or you can say 2019, and launched by Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Now, in case of PM Kusum, there are three components: component A, component B, and component C. No need to learn so many things. Just learn that component A, which is renewable energy power plant. So capacity, if you want to install a solar power plant with a capacity of 500 kilowatt, megawatt, kilowatt, these are the unit, है ना? So if you want to install a solar power plant with a capacity of 500 kilowatt to 2 megawatt each, benefit electricity generated can be sold to the grid, can be sold to the government, providing farmer with an additional source of income. So they can sell the extra generated electricity, and this component aims to install 10,000 megawatt of the solar power plant. So in this, government is trying to install different solar power plant which will be having capacity of 500 kilowatt to 2 megawatt. And how many plant will be generated? The target is to total capacity. So total capacity of component A, renewable energy power plant, should be 10,000 megawatt. So 10,000 megawatt is the target. Every plant will have 500 kilowatt to 2 megawatt capacity, and the component is called as renewable energy power plant, REPP. And this component comes under Pradhan Mantri Kisan Urja Saraksha Evam Uthan Mahabhiyan PM Kusum. If you are trying to note this data on your notebook, please don't do that. After this class, I am going to share a PDF which will be having all this data. Don't note it down. Just try to speak it with me if there is a data. Like if I am saying what is the capacity to speak it 10,000 megawatt, don't note it down. I'm going to give the PDF of around 50 to 60 pages. Okay, then component B. Component A was renewable energy power plant, but component B is installation of 14 lakhs standalone off-grid solar water pump. What is the meaning of standalone? Standalone means single, right? What is the meaning of off-grid? Off-grid means it is not connected to the grid, because here it was saying that additional electricity can be sold to the grid. So that means these plants were connected to the grid, right? But this is not connected to the grid right now. My class, if I want to give this word, so my class is on grid. On grid, why? Because I cannot use this word. Just for explanation, I am connected with you, so it is on grid. But if this class is disconnected, I'm the only one who is recording this session, and then this session will be delivered to you in the recorded form, then it will be off grid. So on grid means it is connected. Off grid means now the electricity, now the power generated by you can be used in your area, in your farm only, and capacity individual farmer will be supported to install standalone solar agriculture pump. Means these motor will run by the solar power, and motor up to 15 HP, because generally if you want to install a tube in the farm, so 5 to 10 HP of motor will be used. Now this 5 to 10 HP of motor is depend upon the depth of the water. Like water table is 50 feet, 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet. So depending upon the water table, if water table is low, if the depth is more, then you will have to use the more power in case of motor. So 5 to 10 HP is common motor, but we can go up to 15 HP in this. So up to 15 HP motor if you want to install, that will be in the off-grid areas where grid supply is not available. So you can run this 15 HP motor by the solar power. On this component, on first component subsidy was not mentioned, but on this component and on third component, Subsidy is same, so government is providing 60% subsidy. So like you are from Andhra Pradesh, so government, central government will say, okay, we are going to give you 30%. State government will say, okay, I'm going to give you 30%. So total you will get 60% of subsidy, right? And 60% of subsidy, 30% will be financed to the bank. Like if the investment of the solar is 10 lakhs, so out of 10 lakhs, 3 will be given by, not 3, 30%, yes. 3 lakhs will be given by the central government, 3 by the state government, and 3 will be given in the form of loan by the bank. 30% finance to the bank, and remaining 10% means 1 lakh contributed by the farmers. But in case of northeastern area, it is not 60%, it is 80%, where 50% will be given by the center and 30% will be given by the state. There is no financing by the bank. That means 50 by the center, 30 by the state, 80%, and 20% will be invested by the farmers only, right? So this is the subsidy. This was component B. Component C. Component A was focused to install power plant of 500 kilowatt to 2 megawatt. Component B is focused on the standalone pump which are off-grid areas. So they will be operating the pump with the solar energy, and in this they will get 60% subsidy. Component C is solarization of 35% grid connected. This was off-grid, but these are grid connected agriculture pump including feeder level solarization. What is the meaning of this? They are connected to grid, so that means they can sell their extra energy to the grid. Individual farmer having grid connected to agriculture pump will be supported to solarize pump. So they have a pump, they are connected to the grid. Now they will be promoted to use solar power. Just an example, yeah, I'm running this studio right now, I'm connected to the grid because I'm getting electricity supply. So they came to me that in comparison you can install the solar panel on your roof and you can run this studio with the solar power only. So that means now I am connected to the grid, but generating most of the electricity from the solar panel only. So that will be done. If there are already grid connected pumps, so they will be promoted to install solar energy or solar panel in the area in their farm. And subsidy, it is same as component B, 60% in normal state, 80% in northeastern state. That's it. Over, guys. I hope you are clear. In case if you are facing any kind of doubt, you can write in the chat section. So I'm reading all your comments as well. Someone was requesting me, please discuss about the last year question on PSL. So my dear friend, I'm not going to discuss only question from PSL. I'll be discussing all the question asked in the previous year examination based on the current affairs. Maybe it is from scheme, from PSL, or maybe some other important scheme. Like there is a scheme which is called as NRLM. From NRLM, they used to ask question every year, but they used to ask a difficult question from that scheme. So I'm going to discuss all those questions, but not right now. First of all, my target is to complete all the basic of current affairs. Coming back to the point, Agriculture Infrastructure Fund. Next scheme is Agriculture Infrastructure Fund. In short, it is known as AIF. What is the meaning of fund? Guys, fund meaning, just an example. Suppose if I am thinking about the future and I thought that next year I will have to buy a new dash dash, whatever it is, and a buy car or something, but I don't have money. Just an example, right? So if I'll say I'll have to invest 20 lakhs on car and I don't have 20 lakhs, so what I am doing, I am making a separate fund, that in this fund I'll be contributing 1 lakh per month, because 1 lakh per month means in 24 months it will be 24 lakhs. So I am contributing 1 lakh per month into this fee, into this fund, just to make sure that after a year or after 2 years I'll be able to buy a car. So fund means it is a corpse of money, or you can say fund means it is a large amount of money, because instead of fund they can say money. So it's a large amount of money. This is why we can call it funds. So if you will ask money to buy a new phone, so your papa can say that I don't have money right now. But if you'll ask to run a new scheme from government, so government can say that we don't have fund to run a scheme. because to purchase a mobile it will take 10-20,000, but to run a scheme it will be need almost 500, 1,000 or maybe 2,000 crore. So a large amount of money will be known as fund. So this fund is for agriculture, and in case of agriculture it's for agriculture infrastructure. What is the meaning of infrastructure? You guys are sitting in the class on the benches, those benches are infrastructure. You are watching me on a screen, that is infrastructure. Those fans, those AC are the infrastructure. Those who are sitting in the home, their home is kind of infrastructure. For farmers, if roads are available, tractors, machinery is available, marketing facilities are available, market is available, market information is available, facilities are available, that is infrastructure. So to promote infrastructure, there is a scheme called as AIF, started from 2021 to 2030 to 33. Loan disbursed under the scheme will be completed in 6 years. So whatever the loan they are giving in AIF, they will be given up to 2025-26. So this is the last year. But yes, scheme will be operated till 2030 to 33. And this scheme comes under Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. What are the objective? As the name says, agriculture infrastructure. So first of all, they will be giving the loan to debt financing facility. So to provide medium or long term debt financing facility for the investment in viable project for post harvest management infrastructure and community farming assets. Community means it is not for single person, it will be for the whole community. And of course everybody know for the post harvest management, so they are giving the loan for the post harvest management infrastructure. Like just an example, if I want to establish a cold storage or a storage house, it will be known as post harvest management infrastructure, because storage means after harvesting the crop you can store in the storage house, which will reduce the post harvest losses. And community farming assets means if we as the part of FPO want to purchase 10 tractors for our FPO, that will be also known as community farming assets. Next is if you want to build the infrastructure, support farmers and agripreneur. Like there is a term entrepreneur. In case of entrepreneur, if those entrepreneur are the part of agriculture, they will be known as agripreneur. And to reduce the waste of agriculture produced by creating adequate storage facility to strengthen supply chain. Supply chain means linkage in the market. Like we are producing potato and potato is moving till South India. South India is producing chili, and that chili is reaching up to North India. So that means we all are connected by that supply chain. So that supply chain should be strong, so we can sell all the product in the market, domestic as well as international, for that purpose. And next one is market linkage. So whatever the objective, no need to learn, simply go with the main concept that government want to make the infrastructure which will help not one, it will help many. This is why a special fund is created which is known as agriculture infrastructure fund, and this was launched in 2021. Loan will given up to 26 and scheme will run up to 2033. Okay. Next one. Next one is Pradhan Mantri Kisan Mandhan Yojana, PMKMY. Pradhan Mantri Kisan Man Dhan. Again, it's a Hindi word, but I hope you guys know about it. Kisan means it is of course farmer. Man Dhan Yojana. Ab Man Dhan means again it is money. So why the scheme is having the name of money in itself? Because generally whenever there is a scheme, so scheme means there can be subsidy, right? Or subsidy will be given to the farmers, or maybe farmers will have to contribute some amount of money. Here it is saying dhan means money. So this scheme is something which will take money from the farmers and in return it will give money. How? This is something like life insurance. So you are investing money every month or every year, then in return after 20 years you will be receiving a huge amount back, like this insurance policy used to say. I'm not sure whatever you will get after 20 years, because insurance is something which is based on the market performance. So whenever you take these kind of insurance policy from any company, so every time they say that these are market linked policy. So if market will go up, your money will increase. If market will go down, that money will be decreased. But they used to give you a lot of promises. Like if a person from LIC will come, I'm not sure about LIC. If you have talked to anyone or anyone who is the part of LIC, So those people used to make big promises like if you'll invest only 10 rupees per day, you will get 20 crore after 20 years. And we feel impressed. So like this insurance policy work. So this is something which is an insurance policy only, but the name of insurance policy is Pradhan Mantri Kisan Mandhan Yojana, and this is comparatively better insurance policy. So this policy was launched in 2019 by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Pension and fund manager, as I said, because after completion of 60 year, you will start receiving pension. So this pension and fund management will be done by the LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India. AIM. AIM is old age protection, social security of small and marginal farmers, which is in short called as SMF. It is a central sector scheme. There are two kind of scheme. One is known as central sector scheme. Second is known as centrally sponsored scheme. If it is a sponsored scheme, that means money which is given to the farmers in the form of subsidy or assistance will be shared between state and center. Like that PM Kusum. PM Kusum is centrally sponsored scheme because 60% subsidy is getting shared between state and center. 30% by state, 30% by center. So if center is contributing amount of money and some money will be contributed by the state. So if state and center both are involved, then scheme will be known as centrally sponsored scheme. But if 100% money will be given by central government, then it will be known as central sector scheme. So in PM Kusum, they said that government 30% state and 30% center will give. That means this scheme is centrally sponsored scheme. And here they are saying 100% fund will be given by the central government. That means it is a central sector scheme. Okay. Eligibility, first of all, it is for small and marginal farmers, and second, if you want to enter in this, age criteria will be 18 to 40 years. You will have to contribute money, you will have to invest money up to 60 years, and after 60 years you will start receiving pension. But now I have a doubt, if my age is 18 years and another person age is 40 years, if both we want to start at the same time in October 2025, this person, just an example, will invest same amount of money till 60 years. I, as the part of 19 or 18 years old, will invest money up to 60 years. So I think this is injustice here. I'll have to invest more because I'll have to invest from 18 to 60 years. And this person will only invest 40 to 60 years. So in this scenario, if the age of the person is more, so their monthly installment will be increased to make sure that both will pay same amount of money. So here the deposit amount which we'll have to deposit will vary from age to age. So you'll have to contribute every month rupees 55 to 200 based on your age. If you are 18 years old, you will pay 55. If you are 40 years old, you will pay 200. Or if you are in between, so you will pay in between. Now the important part is just an example. If I am paying 100 rupees every month, 100 rupees every month, central government will contribute equal amount of that pension fund. So equal amount, the money I am investing, that amount of money will also be contributed by the central government. So that means they are doubling our money. Option to contribute directly from the PM Kisan benefit. PM Kisan is the scheme which gives the farmer 6,000 rupee every year. So even you have the facility that you can pay the money from this 6,000. Assured pension of 3,000 per month or to all eligible land holding small and marginal farmer once they will attain the age of 60. So when they are 60, they will start receiving 3,000 per month of pension. But for this pension, they will have to deposit money up to 60 years, and that money will be 55 to 200 rupees per month. Okay, now next you can ignore. The reason is even they can ask this question as well. But why I'm saying ignore? Because this is the major part. Year, amount of money will have to contribute. What is the purpose? To give pension. Who will manage the fund? It is LIC. But now there are conditions that if you want to exit after 10 years, before 10 years, if someone will die, so these conditions can be asked, but this is not major part. So if you want to read this, I'll be giving you a PDF of current affairs. Otherwise, up to this is the major part. Okay. Next coming to the next scheme, which is ENAB, National Agriculture Market. So next scheme is ENAM, which is National Agriculture Market. So as the name says, it is not NAM, it is ENAM. So E stands for electronic. Electronic stands for online. So right now you guys are attending my class. And if you want to attend my class, you'll have to come to Chandigarh. And it is difficult for you to come at this place. So you're attending this class via online mode, right? So in online, you are attending this session because this is online. What is the benefit of having an online class? The benefit is that everyone, wherever they are sitting in all over the world, they can attend the class right from their bed only. Yes, those who have switched off their camera, they are on the bed only. For classroom student, it was compulsory to be present at 6:30, but for online student, there is a facility that you can even sit or you can even sleep on the bed. Just a joke. Coming back to the point, so for online, it is good that everyone can attend from their home. For farmer, if they want to sell the product, they will have to go to the classroom. No, it's not classroom. It is mandi, yaar. So they will have to go to the mandi. So it is a constraint for them. Like if a farmer from Guntur, Andhra Pradesh, they want to sell the chili in Chandigarh, they cannot do it. The reason is it is difficult for a farmer in Guntur to reach at Chandigarh. But now there is an option that they can sell the chili to the trader from Chandigarh by using this online platform, which is called as National Agriculture Market. Now in this online platform, another thing is important, that is APMC. APMC is Agriculture Produce Market Committee. So basically this is an act which is known as APMC, but generally you will study APMC mandis. What is the meaning of APMC mandis? The meaning of APMC mandis is the local market yard comes under APMC. From wherever you belong, there should be a market yard. In our area, we call it Sabji Mandi. Sabji Mandi means Sabji is vegetable, Mandi means that market. So vegetable market is called as Sabji Mandi. So that yard where farmer used to sell their Sabji in the early morning. Like right now it is 8 a.m. So now that Sabji Mandi is over. Sometime my mother used to ask me that we need fresh vegetable. So I used to go in the mandi, but it should be at 5:30 to 6:30. After 6:30, it will be over. So those mandi yard, those market yard comes under APMC. And if farmer want to sell that product, so they will have to visit the APMC. But now there is no more limitation of visiting APMC because this is a pan India, all over the India electronic trading platform connecting APMCs, mandis, those marketing yard to create a unified national market, to create a single market. This scheme was launched by Narendra Modi ji on 14th April 2016. Sir, 9 years old. You said you will be teaching us current affairs. This is very old affair, sir. Let me tell you guys, as I mentioned, they will ask only from major scheme, only from the major scheme, and these major schemes are run by the running government, right? So question can be asked, even if you'll see up to 2024, I can show you question have been asked from these schemes. So launched in 2016, funded by the central government. So that means it's a central sector scheme because 100% funding will be done by the central government. And this scheme will be implemented by SFAC, Small Farmers Agribusiness Consortium, under the Ministry of Agriculture. So main part is it's a unified online market launched on April 2016, and it's a central sector scheme. Now recent, if we'll go with the changes, so they also have a mobile application, and now that mobile application is available in 13 languages. And they also launched a platform in 2022, and ENAM called it POP, Platform of Platform. So this was launched on July 14, 2022. But what is the meaning of this? So what they did, uh, let me take an example. Okay. Apple iPhone. So Apple iPhone was not having offline stores in the India. They were selling it through the online mode only. But now they opened a specialized offline stores. They will be selling only iPhones. So what they are doing? They are increasing their reach. So you will see whenever new iPhone will be launched, so there is a rush on the iPhone store. People are in the line. I'm unable to understand this generation why they are crazy for these kind of new phone. Maybe that can be your choice, but why they are standing in the line? But coming back to the point, they are increasing, they're expanding their reach. In the same way, ENAM tried to expand their reach in 2022 by launching platform. It enables farmer producer organization, trader, and other stakeholder to access a wide variety of goods and services across the agriculture value chain through a single window, thereby giving more option to the stakeholder. Like on Amazon.com, if you'll go on Amazon.in, they will be giving you so many options of purchasing the goods. You can buy the grocery, you can buy the cosmetic, you can buy the stationery, you can buy other things as well as a single window. Like this, they have launched the facility for the trader, farmer, FPO, that you can access everything on the single window on the single platform. So total mandi right now in 23 state and 4 UT which are covered in the ENAM, 1522 mandis have been covered. Highest mandis are registered from Tamil Nadu, second highest are from Rajasthan, and commodity traded are 245. Till now they are trading 245 commodity. Like paddy is one commodity, wheat is another, apple is another, and the apricot is another. So like this, total 245 agriculture commodities are registered on the ENAM. No need to learn this data, but just learn the category. So like if I'll go with the vegetable and fruit, I can see 59 and 48. These are the highest. So highest commodities, highest variation the commodities, or highest commodity registered on the market, it is vegetable, and after vegetable it is fruit, right? Otherwise no need to learn like this, that cereals are 37, oilseed. No. Just simply vegetables are highest, then fruit, and after fruit it is 37 food grain. Don't go with this 55 because this 55 is miscellaneous. Okay guys, ENAM is over, and next we are going to discuss about next scheme, which is again very important scheme. Initially it was known as NAREGA, and then the name was changed to MNREGA, MG NAREGA. MG stands for Mahatma Gandhi, and NAREGA stands for National Rural Employment Guarantee. It's not a policy, it's a act, it's a compulsion, it's a legal guarantee from the government side. Even government used another word, guarantee, है ना, just to make sure that people are understanding the importance of this. Because if it is an act, no need to mention this word. Act means it's a guarantee, but he has to show that we are doing something. Government used to do this. Like if it is a scheme, so government will launch the scheme with the name of Krishi Sinchai Yojana. No, they will say Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. So that doesn't mean that Pradhan Mantri will visit to your field to irrigate the field. But just to promote the name of PM Modi, they will be using this word. In the same way, they use this word guarantee act. Otherwise, if it's an act, that means it's a legal guarantee, right? Like there's a market in there is a store in the market. The name of the store is Vishal Mega Mart. Have you heard this name? And so already they have used the word Vishal. Vishal is a Hindi word which means large, huge. Then there's another word, mega. Why using mega word? We already understood the Vishal means it is mega, but they use same two words, Vishal and mega, which give both same sense. In the same way they use two words, but this is not important. Important part is the act was passed by the parliament in 2005. Scheme was launched in 2006, but the scheme name was NAREGA till that time. After that, it was renamed in 2009. So act in 2005, scheme in 2006, and renaming in 2009. And this is a flagship program to enhance livelihood security in the rural area. Like government try to maintain the food security, and here with this scheme they are trying to enhance livelihood security. Livelihood means when we have the source of earning, when we have the source to earn our food, that is known as livelihood. So government is providing livelihood security. So government gives the guarantee to provide 100 days of wages employment per year to the rural household. Sir, is it 100 or 150? Yes, it is 150 in case of rural areas if the area is affected by the natural calamity or in some severe natural disaster. So government says that employment guarantees for 100 days, but if there is natural calamity, then we are going to provide 150 days of employment. So it is 100, but in rare scenario or in extreme scenario, it will be 150. Budget for 25-26, it is 86,000 crore, right? So budget allocation is 86,000 crore, and this run by Ministry of Rural Development, not by agriculture, not by rather it is Ministry of Rural Development, and renaming was done on the Golden Jubilee. Golden Jubilee of what? Golden Jubilee of Panchayati Raj. Panchayati Raj was started in 1959. In 2009, they completed 50 years. So after 50 years, they said, okay, we are going to rename the scheme. So in 2009, they renamed this scheme to Manrega. Okay, objective as we discussed, 100 days of employment should be given to the rural farmers. This is the main objective. And beneficiary, at least, what are the rule in beneficiary? At least one third means 33% out of 100 should be women only, and wages to be paid as per the Minimum Wages Act. So that Minimum Wages Act, which was passed in 1948, so according to that, government will have to pay the wages to the farmers or to the rural people. This was Narega. Next, we are going to discuss about the next scheme, which is ACABC. Previous schemes were for the farmer, but this scheme is not for the farmer. This scheme is for the people, not for the people, sorry. This scheme is for the agriculture graduate, or for the students, or for the people who have done or who have completed their studies in agriculture. Why this scheme is launched by the NABARD or by Government of India? As the name says, AC, Agri Clinic, ABC, Agri Business Center. So to explain this scheme, first of all, we should know what is the meaning of agriculture extension. Agriculture extension means when we are spreading the knowledge or spreading the scientific outlook or new knowledge which is generated by the scientists, and now we are trying to impart this knowledge to our farmers. So when the knowledge from scientists moving towards the farmers, and those organization, those people involved in this process will be known as extension worker, extension organization, and this process of teaching those scientific method to the farmer is known as extension teaching. So extension basically means those knowledge which is generated by the scientist will not be useful if not getting used by the farmer. So those varieties, technologies, research should reach to the farmer is a part of extension. Now, in case of extension, initially government was involved in extension, and everybody know government works are not that much efficient if we compare the same to the private work. Like right now, exam is there on 9th November, and you said you want to cover current affairs, and I was there at 6:30, and you were there at 6:25 in the class. So we are covering this efficiently. But if there is a scheme by the Modi ji, scheme says Pradhan Mantri Krishi Shiksha Yojana. Now in that Krishi Shiksha Yojana, government teachers will come to teach you current affairs. What do you think? What kind of efficiency will be? I'm not saying that government system are not efficient. But of course, if you compare the government with the private system, so government system are less efficient. So just by understanding this concept, the government of India decided to make agriculture extension privatized. Privatized means along with the government effort, there should be private effort as well, so that we can make it more efficient. The government as well as private person both are together to impart that knowledge made by the scientist, researcher, by the organization, delivered to the farmers. So the scheme was launched with the name of ACABC. AC is Agri Clinic and ABC is Agri Business Center. Agri clinic, like doctor have a clinic, and doctor do not sell any kind of medicine. They will simply give you prescription, they will simply give you their advice, so they are the part of clinic. Like this agriculture clinic means I'm agriculture graduate, I can take the loan under this scheme. By taking the loan, I opened agriculture clinic. You are the farmer. You come to me, sir, I am growing chili, but it is not giving production. What should I do? Now I'm telling you, you can grow this variety and sell in this market. There's a huge demand for this chili. Another came, sir, cotton is infected by the cotton bollworm, sir. What should I do? I'm telling you the concept of cropping pattern, cropping system, crop rotation, and all. The next one is saying, sir, I'm growing A, B, and C crop, but it is not profitable. Can you tell me other cropping pattern? I said, of course, yes. So what I mean to say, I am giving you my suggestion, I am giving you my advice. So these are my services. Right now I am teaching in front of you, so I'm not delivering anything to you, but I am delivering my services to you. So those who will be delivering services, they will be the part of Agri Clinic. And if you are delivering any kind of commodities, like giving implement on the rental basis, you are selling seeds, pesticide, fertilizer, or some other component, so they will be the part of ABC. So if you want to open a AC Agri Clinic or if you want to open an ABC Agri Business Center, NABARD is there to promote you, NABARD is there to assist you, and the scheme is ABC, and scheme was launched in 2002, and this scheme is not for the farmer, it's for the agriculture graduates or those who have done their studies in agriculture, run by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Sir, this is run by Ministry of Agriculture or by NABARD? See guys, try to understand. In Sridhar CCE, just an example, in Sridhar CCE, the authority from Sridhar CCE or Sridhar sir is the one who is running that institution. So we can say that Sridhar sir is the one who is running that institution, but I got order from them that you have to cover the current affairs in this session. I said, okay, I'm fine with that. So I'm the one who is implementing, but he is the one who is controlling all those things. In the same way, ministry is the upper authority who is controlling everything, who is instructing everything, but who is implementing it is NABARD. So NABARD is subsidy channelizing agency because NABARD will be giving you subsidy. Sir, what is subsidy percentage? I will let you know. Objective is to strengthen extension services for the farmers. Now, if you have an agri clinic, maybe you can offer services free or maybe it will be paid. So it can be free or paid, but extension services will be there as well as to support agriculture development through the better practices, because if agriculture graduate will come. See, try to understand. If I have agri clinic or agriculture clinic, you can say, I'll have to give best advice to the farmers, because if I am contributing more money, or if I am contributing to increase their production, or if they are getting benefited from my advice, then only they will come back to me. Otherwise, they are not going to come back. So I will have to ensure that I am suggesting them the best practices. So in this way, if you are the part of AC Agriculture Clinic, so those agriculture graduates, the part of private extension, will ensure to give the best advice to the farmers. So that means government is strengthening this system, and this is also creating self-employment. Why? Because I'm the only one who is opening agriculture clinic, so I'm generating self-employment for agriculture graduate or those who have done diploma in agriculture, intermediate in agriculture means 12th class in agriculture, or PG in biological science graduate. So agriculture graduates are eligible for this. Agriculture clinic means they will provide services, and the services can be soil health, they can give the soil testing information, cropping practices, plant protection, crop insurance, animal care, fodder management, post-harvest technology, market price information, whatever they do, but they will be services only. Not even a single product is mentioned, because clinic means it's a services. Business center means commercial unit for entrepreneurship activity. You can give the equipment for the hiring, you can sell the input, post-harvest services, marketing linkage. But yes, here you can sell the community. Financial support, no margin money required for the loan up to 5 lakhs. Okay, I will come back to this point, but before that, just know that in under this scheme, an agriculture graduate can take loan up to 20 lakhs. So you are agriculture graduate. If you qualify MBSAF for exam, that is perfect. But if you do not qualify and you have a creative idea in your mind, you can go to the NABARD for the subsidy or for the loan. First of all, loan, then we'll talk about the subsidy. So loan, you can take 20 lakhs of loan. But if there is extremely successful project, if there is a rare idea, but that's a successful idea, then NABARD can offer you 25 lakhs rupees of loan. But that 25 lakhs is in rare scenario. It is 20 lakhs in most scenario. And if you are a group of 5 persons, so 20 into 5, 100 lakhs can be given, but 20 into 5. Now you cannot say if you are a group of 7 persons, so 1.4, no, it will be 100 lakhs. So up to a group of 5 can have 100 lakh rupees, extra 5 lakhs subsidy for the top performing venture. If you have a great idea, then extra 5 lakhs can be given, otherwise it is 20 lakhs. When we talk about subsidy, it is 33 and 44%. 33%, 36%, not 33. 36% subsidies for the general category. And if women, SC, ST, northeastern or from hilly state people will take the loan, so they will be having subsidy of 44%. So this is a major benefit, that you can take loan, and on that loan you also have the facility of 36 and 44% subsidy. Credit link back-ended subsidy is there with 3 years lock-in. What is the meaning of this? Initially, subsidy was having a different form. Like, I want to start a new project and I want subsidy. Project will cost 20 lakhs, 50% subsidy, so government will give me 10 lakhs. Before starting the project, now I'm going to use this money in the project, or maybe I'm going to misuse this money. Government cannot ensure this. So government realized that farmers or people are misusing their subsidies. Government said, okay, now we are not going to give you subsidy. We'll give you back-ended subsidy. So what is the meaning of back-ended subsidy? Now, if I'll go to the government, that sir, I have a project of 20 lakhs and I need 10 lakhs for the subsidy. Then he said, no. First of all, complete that project. Invest 20 lakhs, sir. From where I will bring the 20 lakhs? That is your tension. Take loan from the bank, take from your friend, invest from your pocket, but complete that project. Okay, sir, I will do. Now project is completed. So you can see that project is there. Show me the bill, sir. Here are the evidence. Okay, our person will come to visit your field. Now that person will see, yes, project is there. 20 lakhs have been invested. Now the government will give you the subsidy. So after completion the project, the subsidy will be given, which is back-ended subsidy. So that is 36% for general and 44% for ST, SC, women in northeastern and hilly state people. Financial support, last point was no margin money required. What is the meaning of this? Generally, if I'll go to bank and I will ask for the loan of rupees 20 lakhs, bank will say, why? Sir, I want to open a branch in Andhra Pradesh and I want to invest rupees 20 lakhs. They will say, no, we are not going to give you 20 lakhs. We will keep 25% margin money. So we'll give you loan of 75%. 75% means 15 lakhs loan we given and 25% will be taken as the margin money. So you'll have to invest 25% from your own pocket. But in this scenario, if you want to take loan up to 5 lakhs, so no margin money will be taken. 100% money will be financed, means 5 lakhs loan will be given to you if the project cost is 5 lakhs. But of course, if it is more, then you can go up to 20 lakhs of loan. Are we clear with this? Are we clear with ACVC? And before I continue to the next scheme, I just wanted to make sure that you guys are listening to me carefully, understanding everything. Guys, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down if you are understanding everything. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Hi. I'll be visiting to your organization in at the time of interview, and my first question will be to you guys that why you cannot raise your hand. I'm not asking you to give me thumbs up only. I'm allowing you to give thumbs down as well if you are not understanding. But why you cannot give a feedback, a simple feedback? If you are understanding, give me a thumbs up. If you are not understanding, give me a thumbs down. People who are sitting in the Sridhar CCE, as I can see, the name is room number 1, and even you can see yourself at the front of screen. So guys, I'm asking this question to you. Are you getting everything properly? If yes, give me a thumbs. Let me tell you, I think concepts are not clear. So guys, let me tell you what is the meaning of this. If I'm asking if you're understanding everything, if yes, then you can do like this. This process is called as thumbs up. If you are not understanding everything, this process is called as thumbs down. So guys, those who are having their own hands, they can give me the confirmation. But yes, if you are not having your hand, you can put it down only. Thumbs up or down? Oh, so sad. There are so many students without hand. I'm so sad for you. This is the only way that I can force you to give the feedback. And I'm going to pass this video to one of your authority from Hyderabad. And he used to call me for every problem. So recently I discussed with him. So he said, sir, students are having this issue. I said, okay, fine, sir. If they will give me feedback, so I can do everything for them. So you can remember 2 days before we had a discussion about the classes, that how do you want to run the classes. So based on the suggestion, I implemented this. So I'm going to talk to him that, sir, your students are not cooperative. They do not give the feedback. They are in the class. They used to come in the class on time, but they are not good in the feedback part. Okay, thank you so much, those who gave me reply in the chat section. And one doubt is there. Somebody asked me margin money once again. Okay, margin money means what's your good name? It's Oppo. At least you can mention your own name. So guys, just try to understand. If you want to invest rupees 20 lakhs to a business, you went to bank, you said, sir, I want loan of rupees 100 lakhs because I want to invest these 100 lakhs on a project which will cost me 100 lakhs. Now bank will say, no. 100 lakhs is the total investment, but we are not going to give you 100 lakhs. we will keep 20% margin money. 20% margin money means you will be investing 100 lakhs on that business. So that means 100 lakhs will be the value, will be the market price of that business. So we'll keep 20% as margin money, because maybe if that business will not be profitable, so you'll not be able to give us your money back, then we will seize all your assets, and your assets will give us 100 lakhs only. So if bank will give you loan of 100 lakhs, and then after a time just say 20 lakhs will be the interest on that, so now bank want to recover 100 plus 20, 120, but the value of your business is 100 only. So this is why bank will say we will keep 20% margin money and we will give you 80 lakhs only. Now remaining 20 lakhs will be invested by you, and if you are unable to repay the loan, so bank will say okay, 80 lakhs from our side, 20 lakhs is our interest, we want 100. They will seize your property and they will sell this property in 100 lakhs and they will recover their amount. This is why bank used to keep 15% to 25% of margin money on every project. Whenever you will go to the bank, they will say 15 to 25% margin money we will keep. So margin money means if you require 10 lakhs, if your investment is 10 lakhs, so 10% margin money means 9 lakhs will be given, 20% means 2 lakhs will be taken by the bank. Taken by the bank means they will give you less 20%. So that 20% will be known as margin money. Clear? Okay, next scheme. So moving towards the next scheme, and next scheme is Pradhan Mantri Asha, Pradhan Mantri Annadata, farmer, Annadata, Kisan, Raitu, whatever you want to say. Na? There are so many words, but only single person is there who is feeding us all the day. So Pradhan Mantri Annadata Aye. Annadata means farmer. I means income. Annadata I. Sarakshan Abhiyan. Abhiyan means campaign. Sarakshan means protection. So Pradhan Mantri, this scheme says that we are going to protect the income of the farmer. So we are running a campaign to protect the income of a farmer. Sir, how they can protect the income? So in this, they said that we will ensure that farmers are receiving MSP, farmers are receiving minimum support price. Try to understand. Sometimes scheme is not a scheme. Scheme is more of promotion. So MSP is given by the government of India, but MSP is not a legal guarantee. Instead of making it a legal guarantee, government said we are going to launch one more scheme which will ensure that farmers are getting sufficient MSP. So why are you running a new scheme? Simply made MSP as an act. If it's an act, then it will be compulsory for the government, for the authority to give MSP, right? So instead of making that, government said we have new scheme which was launched by Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, approved by Union. Approved by is not important. Launched by Minister of Agriculture, and it was launched in September 2018. What was the objective? To protect farmers' income through MSP-based procurement mechanism. So already MSP is there. They said, okay, we will just check that MSP is given to the farmers or not. So they said MSP raised to 1.5 times of the cost of production. I told you in the MSP part that government says that at least we are offering the farmer 50% margin, 50% profit over their investment, not less than 50%. It can be more than 50%, but not less than 50%. So that means 1.5 times of the cost of production. Component. So there are three components in PM Asha. First one is price support scheme. So government will try to procure your product, those 23 commodity, on the MSP. First component. Second, price deficiency payment scheme. As the name says, price deficiency. So if the MSP of the wheat is 2500 and I sold that wheat at 2300 rupees in the private market, so that 200 rupees which is less, which is deficit than the MSP, will be paid by the government. So scheme says price deficiency. If there is deficiency, if you are selling your product less than the MSP, then that deficiency will be paid by the government. So direct payment of the price difference. So MSP was 2500, I sold the wheat at 2300, so difference is 200, which will be paid by the government. Then next one is private procurement and stockage scheme. Private procurement means like FCI, JCI, CCI. These procurement agencies are government agencies, but we don't have that much storage capacity. So they said we are going to introduce private field or private person in the market to procure the products at MSP. So private procurement and stockist scheme pilot for the private sector participation. Sometime government used to run a scheme on the pilot basis. What is the meaning of pilot basis? Pilot basis means when they are launching the scheme on experimental basis. Like Panchayati Raj. Panchayati Raj was launched into 1959, but Panchayati Raj on the pilot basis was started in 1957 in state of Madras. But every time we used to study 2nd October 1959, Nagaur, Rajasthan, Panchayati Raj. Why? Because in 1957, we did experiment with state of Madras and we realized that experiment is perfect. Now we can fully launch the Panchayati Raj in all over India. Then only Nagaur, Rajasthan became the first state, Rajasthan. We started Panchayati Raj on 2nd October 1959. The same way, government is giving this an experiment, right? So private procurement means procurement will be done by the private person. So under PM Asha, there are three components: price support scheme, price deficiency payment scheme, and private procurement stockist scheme. Implementation will be done by the NAFED as well as NCCF, which is National Cooperative Consumer Federation, and by the state government. PSF, price stabilization fund. So now fund will be given by the government. So maintain buffer stock. What is the meaning of buffer stock? Like this year there was flood in Punjab, and because of flood rice production will be decreased in case of Punjab, but there will be no impact on the country's food supply. There can be impact on the prices because of the supply, but there will be no impact on the supply because government already had a buffer stock. So if rice production is less and people are not having sufficient rice to eat, so government will take the wheat from the buffer stock. So buffer stock is something which is kept as a backup in your house. Already your father is having, all the time your father is having 5,000, 10, 20, 30,000 as the part of emergency fund, that if we required 5 or 10,000 emergency, we should have it in the house all the time, right? So that is something which is buffer stock. So maintain buffer stock of the pulses and onions to stabilize the price and prevent hoarding. Hoarding means the private player, they used to collect the onions. You can say yes or no to this condition. Let me give an example. In North India, we used to observe in case of tomato and onion, in every 2 to 3 years, onion and tomato price will be increased suddenly. General price are 20 to 40 rupees kg, but sometime it go up to 100 and 150 rupees kg. Is it happening in southern India also? If yes, then what is the reason? Like if price will increase to 60 rupees, that is okay, because if supply is less, price can go up to 60, 70 rupees. But if it is going beyond 100, that means something is doing this activity. So those private players used to purchase from the farmer in the large quantity and they used to store the product. So by storing, they can create artificial shortage of the supply, because there is no shortage of supply, but they are creating artificial shortage of supply by storing in the market. So now government is saying that we are going to maintain the buffer stock in case of onion and pulses. So if onion supply will be less in the market, prices will be increased. So we will put more onion in the market to increase the supply and to reduce the prices so that prices can be stabilized. So this scheme is known as price stabilization fund. By using this fund, government will maintain buffer stock. And last one is MIS, market intervention scheme. So support perishable crops. Perishable means which will destroy within the time. So perishable crops with 25% production on coverage payment made directly to the farmers, right? So perishable commodity 25% assistance will be given by the government, but this one is not much important. This one is important, price stabilization fund, and this one is also important. Three component of PM Asha: price support scheme, price deficiency payment scheme, and private procurement and stockist scheme. This part is over. If you are clear, so give me a confirmation, yes or no. Then we will move forward and talk about the mega food park and so on. We are going to cover the other scheme. But before that, I need just a confirmation from your side. Are we getting everything, guys? Okay, somebody said yes, need 2 minutes break. Let me ask them, guys, do you need 2 minutes of break? They will not say yes or no. They are just like, we are sitting in the class. That's it, sir. Guys, do you want a 2 minute break? Yes or no? Give me a thumbs up or down. Like this. Thank you so much, backbenchers. आगे वाले तो निकम्मे हैं. If you don't know the meaning of nikamme, then go on the Google and search. My teacher called me nikamma today. What is the meaning of nikamma? Ni means D and kamma means work. When someone cannot do any kind of work, they will be called as nikamma. right? So you cannot even give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Okay, guys, a 2 minutes break will be there. So I'll be back, and don't take Nikama word seriously, but just requesting you to give me a feedback. So it's 8:30 right now. We'll start again at 8:35. Okay, guys, 5 minutes break is over. So now we are starting again with the next scheme. So guys, our next scheme is Mega Food Park, and this is not a scheme anymore. It is a part of a major scheme. But first of all, just study about it. Then I will tell you it is a part of which major scheme now. So Mega Food Park is basically a scheme for the food processing. Why food processing? Initially, after 1947, government was focused on production. But nowadays, if you'll see, government along with the production is also focused on the processing. Why? Because with processing, you can reduce the post-harvest losses. In case of vegetable, in case of fruits, there are a lot of post-harvest losses. And even if you'll go with the cereals, meat, there are 17 to 50% of post-harvest losses. So just an example, if we are trying to increase the production, and if we'll be able to increase the production of food grain by 5%, but why to increase the production? If we can reduce the losses by 5%, it's almost same. So now along with the production, government is focused to reduce post-harvest losses, which can be called as food processing. So food processing means like mango, if raw mangoes are there, we can keep the raw mango fresh in natural condition just for 1 to 3 days. In case of refrigeration, normal refrigerator we can keep for 1, 3, 5, 7 days. It will be destroyed after time because these are perishable. But if you'll convert the mango in the mango pulp, mango juice, now this can be preserved for the long time. In the same way, we can preserve all the commodity, and for that purpose, scheme was launched in 2008. It was 2008. Yes, है ना? So it was launched in 2008, and the name of scheme is Mega Food Park. And by which ministry? It is Ministry of Food Processing Industry. Now it is known as Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana, right? Now under. So it was launched by Ministry of Food Processing Industry, but now this scheme comes under Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana. Even this scheme was initially Sampada only, but then the name was converted to Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana. What was the aim? Aim was to create infrastructure. Infrastructure for what? Like in AIF, Agriculture Infrastructure Fund, that was overall, but here the infrastructure for the food processing only. Food processing sector covering the entire value chain from farmer to market, from farm to market. So infrastructure will be created for processing sector only, not for any other sector, just for the processing. So this will start from farm to market. Like after harvesting, storage can be the part of this, processing can be the part of this, selling in the market or making a brand can be the part of this. Project status, so total approved project was 41 mega food park was approved by 2024. Right now fully operational project are 24, and under implementation are 17, which will be completed within few months or few years. Now, this mega food park scheme comes under Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana. And as I told you, initially this scheme was launched with the name of Sampada only, but after that the name was changed. So initially Sampada, the name of Sampada was Scheme for Agro Marine Processing and Development of Agro Processing Cluster in 2017. That mega food park was launched in 2008. Then now it comes under this scheme, and this scheme was launched in 2017. And in May 2017 they launched this scheme, and after a few months in August 2017 they renamed the scheme as Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana. Objective was again same as the mega food park. Objective was to develop modern food processing infrastructure and efficient farm to market supply chain, reduce post harvest losses, double farmers income, and to generate employment. Because if a mega food park will be established near to your area by investing 50, 100, 200 crore, so they will process the food, but for processing they need person. If they need person, so they will generate employment, and they can increase the income of the farmers. How? Because farmers will be able to sell their products at the higher rate, and it will also reduce post-harvest losses. When we talk about the funding and investment, so rupees 6,520 crore was given for the 5 years period starting from 21 to 26. Key schemes under Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana. So first scheme, which is major scheme, Mega Food Park, started in 2008, but now the part of PMKSY. Next one is integrated cold chain and value addition infrastructure. As the name says, no need to learn the detail of these sub-components, just need to learn the name of these schemes. So scheme is integrated cold chain and value addition. Value addition is the part of processing. Cold chain means talking about the cold storage, then creation and expansion of the processing unit. So once you are creating the processing unit, farmer will be able to sell their perishable commodity and they will be processing. So we are creating, expanding those units. Then agro processing cluster. Cluster means group. So infrastructure closer to the production area. So we are establishing infrastructure but near to the area. Like if we want to process the saffron, so this will be established in the Kashmir only. If you want to process apple, then go in the Himachal Pradesh. If you want to process chili, then go in the Andhra Pradesh. So like this, near to their area. So it is known as agro processing cluster. Then backward and forward linkage. What is the meaning of this? Backward and forward linkage is like if you are a farmer, I'm a consumer, right? So farmer to consumer, this is forward linking, because initially farmer will produce, then it will go in the market, then it will come to consumer. So this is forward linkage. And consumer will come to retail, retail is coming to wholesale, wholesale is coming to farmer. This is something which is backward linkage, and this scheme will promote forward and backward linkage, because if linkage is more, then only we can promote the business. Like if people from southern India started knowing who is Deepak Wadhwa, so that means I'm increasing my name, I'm expanding my business. In the same way, when farmers are selling the product in the market, and the scheme which is increasing their connection, or you can say connectivity, which will enhance the business status in the market. So backward and forward linkage. Then food safety and quality infrastructure, like FSSAI, EggMark, they are the quality certification agency. They are creating infrastructure in the market. Human resource and institutions. So new institution will be developed. They will be guiding, like 2006, government established NFDB. Now NFDB is contributing something which was not there before 2006. So if new organization will be established, so that means by those new organization, farmers will be able to know new technology, new guideline, which will make their product even better than the before. So these are the schemes which comes under Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana. Now we are moving toward the next scheme, but before we move toward the next scheme, let me tell you why I told you separately about this scheme, because this is also the part of this scheme. Because in these 8 component, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 है 2 4 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, in these 7 components, this one is the major component, Mega Food Park, launched in 2008, but now it is a part of this, and these are minor component. Okay, now moving toward the next scheme. And our next scheme is Pradhan Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprise Scheme. Sorry. Pradhan Mantri Formalization of the Micro Food Processing Enterprise. Now, as the name of scheme only says, Pradhan Mantri is okay. Formalization. Formalization means giving a formal status, giving a legal status to who? To micro food processing enterprise. Like previous scheme was focused on food processing, but this scheme is focused to formalize the micro processing enterprise, so that after getting a registration certificate, they will be able to get the benefit of the government services. It will be easy to access those services. This is implemented by the Ministry of Food Processing as a centrally sponsored, not fully funded by the central government, because sponsored means sharing will be done between the central state from 21 to 26. Total outlay is 10,000 crore. Aim is upgrade and formalize. Upgrade, everybody understand the meaning of upgrade, like you are sitting from 6:30 in the class to upgrade yourself. In the same way, government want to upgrade those small enterprise, and formalize to give the legal status. So upgrade and formalize micro food processing enterprise in the unorganized sector. So what is the meaning of unorganized sector? Like right now, workers are there in the market, but those daily workers which are working on the daily wages basis, they are the part of unorganized sector. But if you'll say those government employee or those private employee, they used to get the salary on the time for their work, they are the part of organized sector. That labor is also involved in work. You or me are not you, Hannah, you are a student right now. You will be the part of government job, so you will be the part of organized sector, but those labor is the part of unorganized sector. In the same way, the micro food processor unit, if it is not registered, so they are the part of unorganized sector, but government want to make them organized. Next one is ODOP approach. Under Pradhan Mantri formalization of micro food processing enterprise, they are going with this approach which says one district, one product. Because I said chili, and when I was talking about the chili, I'm not saying Chandigarh, Mohali, any of the name of Punjab or Rajasthan. I'm talking about Guntur. Why Guntur? Because chili of the Guntur is famous, है ना? Even from Guntur region only, last year breed of cow was sold in the Brazil for rupees 41 crore. That is also near to the Guntur area. So that breed is also famous, and I hope you guys know the name of that breed. So that breed is famous, but Guntur is majorly famous for the chili reason, because Guntur is known as chili city of India. So if government is going with this approach, so with one district, one product, government will promote the chili in the Guntur region. Government will promote the apple in the Kinnaur of Himachal Pradesh, because Kinnaur apple is famous in Himachal Pradesh. So one district, one product means they will promote one product from one district. So one district, one product for value chain development, procurement and marketing. All the tasks will be done by the scheme, by the government. First of all, value chain development means chain of the customers, buyers, organization will be created. Then procurement will be done, marketing will be done, but they will focus on one product only from one district, and this approach is known as ODOP, approved in 713 district across 35 state and UT, with 137 unique products, right? So 137 products are getting supported or promoted by this approach. Next one is common infrastructure fund. Common means which can be used by all. So for FPO, cooperatives, group of farmer, SHG means what is the full form of SHG? Self-help group. The government agencies to set up food processing and value chain unit, credit link subsidies. So 35% of the project cost up to 3 crore subsidy will be given to these organizations if they establish, if they process, if they build a value chain unit or food processing unit. So they will get of 35% of subsidy up to 3 crores. Up to 3 crore means, so just an example, if the project cost is 1 crore. So if project is 1 crore, so they will receive subsidy of 35 lakhs. But if the project cost is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 crore, accordingly, they will get 35% subsidy. But max to max, they will get 3 crore of subsidy. If the project cost is, just take an example, it is 10 crore. If project is 10 crore cost, so that means according to 35, they should get subsidy of 3.5, but still they will get subsidy of 3 crores only. Why? Because the ceiling amount, the maximum amount for the subsidy is 3 crores. Right? Okay. Moving forward, talking about the next scheme. Our next scheme is Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So guys, talking about the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, as the name says, Pradhan Mantri Fasal. Fasal means crop, Bima means insurance, right? So it's a scheme for the crop insurance launched in Kharif 2016. Yes, it says January 2016. So January means Rabi season was already started. So we implemented this scheme from Kharif 2016. But yes, the main motto was one nation, one crop, one premium. Because initial to this, there was different scheme like NAS, National Agriculture Insurance Scheme, MNAIS. But this scheme replaced all the previous scheme, and this scheme gave one single premium rate for all season, for all the crop of one season. Like for Rabi, there is a single premium. For Kharif, there is a single premium. Before we move forward, we should know what is the meaning of premium. What is the meaning of premium, guys? Premium means if you want to take insurance, for insurance, you will have to pay something. That amount which you are paying, To take insurance, it is known as premium. Like if you will take a bike insurance, it will cost you around 2000 to 5000 based on the value of the bike. So that 2000 which you are paying to take the insurance, it is known as premium, right? And apart from premium, there will be a word claim. Claim means when the loss will occur, when the accident will occur, you will approach the insurance company to pay the money or for the repair of the bike, wheel, two-wheeler, four-wheeler, whatever the insurance has been taken. So company will bear all the charges. Like you gave the premium 2000, now there is a loss of 20,000, that will be taken care by the company only. So one word here, two technical word will be used. One is insured, second is insurer. Insurer means the company which is giving insurance, and insured means the person who is taking the insurance. So you have taken the insurance, you are insured, and I am giving you insurance. I'm a company, I'm the insurer. And what is the meaning of insurance? Insurance simply meaning is to transfer someone risk to the another person, to the another party, to another company. Like you have a bike, because of accident bike can be damaged, so you are taking a insurance from a company, so you are transferring your risk to the company, but to get this risk, company is charging you premium amount, right? Yes, one more term, that will be SI. In this we are going to discuss the term SI. Full form of SI will be sum insured. What is the meaning of sum insured? Sum insured is like I am growing a wheat crop in my field, and because of damage, I will get 10 lakh rupees. If 100% damage will be there, so I'll be getting 10 lakh rupees as the part of claim. So that 10 lakh is my sum insured, and in short, it will be written as SI. So it will say premium will be 2% of SI, 1.5% of SI. So what is the meaning of SI? It is sum insured. If I am getting insurance for rupees 1 lakh, I'll be getting 1 lakh if the loss will be there. So that 1 lakh is sum insured. If I will get 20 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 100 lakhs, so that is again sum insured. So based on the amount, if your sum insured is more, premium will be more. If sum insured is less, premium will be less, because it will always remain in the percent. 2% for the Kharif season crop and 1% for the Rabi season crop. Kharif and Rabi season crop will take 4 to 5 months of duration. If the duration is same, then why it is more in Kharif? Because for Kharif premium is 2%, for Rabi it is 1.5%. So why it is less in Rabi? The reason is, in case of Rabi, there is no monsoon, southwest monsoon which cover the Kharif season. So in Kharif season, those area who don't have irrigation, still they will sow the crop because monsoon will be there. But monsoon is something which cannot assure you that I am going to give you sufficient rainfall this year. So because of monsoon, there is higher risk of the damage of crop. And if there is higher risk of damage of crop, so definitely insurance company will charge more because risk is more. And in case of Rabi, only those person will cultivate the crop who have sufficient or assured irrigation in the field. This is why risk is comparatively less in the Rabi season. So insurance company will charge 1.5%. So 2% for Rabi, 2% for Kharif, 1.5% for Rabi, and if it is an annual or commercial crop, then 5% will be charged as the premium amount. Implementation nationwide with the state government partnership managed by agriculture insurance company. Like LIC was managing that pension scheme, but here AIC, agriculture insurance company, is taking care of all the operational part under Ministry of Agriculture. Now major part is this crop insurance premium. So for insurance, you will have to pay 2% of SI in case of Kharif, 1.5% of SI in Rabi, and 5% of SI in case of Kharif and not Kharif and Rabi. Yaar, hai na? Kharif and Rabi means whatever the crop it is. If it is a annual commercial or annual horticulture crop, and it can be the part of Kharif, it can be the part of Rabi, but 5% will be charged. Now I just want to ask a question from you. Can you guys tell me in the chat section, if I am growing cotton, so on cotton, what will be the premium percentage? And I'm not going to answer this question because I'm asking the question. I am giving you the answer, then what you are doing in my class. So if you don't know the answer, try to search the answer, because if you try to search the answer along with cotton, you will come to know about sugarcane also. And if you know about cotton and sugarcane, then you know about the apple and horticulture crop as well. है ना? Okay. So as I said, I'm not going to tell you the answer. You'll have to search the answer, because for sugarcane, for apple, for horticulture crop, everybody is sure it will be 5%. But cotton is something which takes 5 to 6 months. So for cotton, Kharif crop can be considered, then 2%. If annual, then it is 5%. So try to find the answer. If you will not be able to find it, then I will answer you in the next class. But right now, I will suggest you to give it a just a search, because along with this crop, you will come to know the concept of annual commercial crop. And let's move forward. These are the premium rate under Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana is a centrally sponsored scheme. It's not a central sector scheme. So whatever the cost will be involved in the this scheme, so that will be shared by the state and central government. This is why, if you'll see last 10 years or 9 years of history of this scheme, so many state government, including Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Punjab, so those governments said no, we don't want to implement this scheme. If this scheme is good, why they don't want to implement in the state? And if this scheme is run by the center, then how state can say no to the scheme, because center has the more power? So guys, let me tell you, in case of agriculture, our constitution says the power to decide everything in agriculture lies within the state government only. So state government have the authority. If they want to implement or change something in agriculture or not, central government cannot force them. This is why state government can say no to any time if a scheme is related to agriculture. Second, now why they are saying no? Isn't it beneficial? Yes, scheme is beneficial, but the problem is the cost involved in the scheme will be shared by the state and central government. So if state is implementing the scheme, so there will be cost beared by the state as well. This is why few states were denying it, and after that they accepted it. So government pay the balance premium with no upper limit subsidy. You will have to pay that 1%, 2% or 5%, but the remaining amount which will be charged by the insurance company paid by the government only. That means premium is subsidy on the premium is given by the government. Post harvest losses covered up to 2 weeks. This is important. If losses will occur even after the harvesting of the crop, right? If losses occurs even after the harvesting of crop, that will also be covered by the government. But up to how many days? 14 days only. Up to how many weeks? Yes, right. Up to 2 weeks only. So post harvest losses up to 2 weeks will be covered. Then weather index based crop insurance scheme introduced along with the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So in Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, there will be single premium rate. But another scheme along with this is weather based crop insurance scheme. So that will use a weather index based crop insurance. Sir, what is the meaning of this? How they will calculate in case of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana if this scheme is based on weather? So in case of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, if you'll go to take the insurance, you will say, sir, I want to take the insurance for rupees 20 lakhs for my 1 acre of land. But they will say 1 acre of wheat means 2 lakhs only. How can you say 20 lakhs? Sir, in my field, production is very high. I'm going to grow new variety. Value is 20 lakhs. I want to take insurance 20 lakhs. So they are not going to give you insurance. They will take the average of last 5 or 7 years of data. Like in my field, if the production, just an example, is 10 quintal per hectare from last 5 or 7 years average, then the insurance will be granted to me based on the average of last 5 to 7 year production. But in case of weather-based crop insurance scheme, now the insurance will be given based on the weather condition. Right. Next one, key difference. Differences claims are calculated based on the weather parameter rather than the crop yield losses. In Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, they will calculate it based on the crop yield loss. But in case of weather-based crop insurance scheme, weather parameter will be taken as the calculative measure prevented sowing. under Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, if government prevent you, if government say no to the crops, that you should not grow the crops, why? Because there will be adverse weather. But how will I earn my livelihood? You are saying no to the crop, so I will not grow the crop, but how will I earn the livelihood? So government says we are preventing you from the sowing. There is no losses occur right now, but still will give you 25% of the claim. Like if some insured was 10 lakhs, if 100% loss will be there, then 10 lakhs will be given. But right now we are preventing you from the sowing, so we will give you 2.5 lakhs. So if farmers are unable to sow the plant crop due to adverse weather condition, after incurring expenses, they are eligible for the indemnity claim up to 25% of the sum insured. And last one is general exclusion. If losses are there in the field because of war, because of nuclear risk, or malicious means intentional damage, or any other preventable risk, shall be excluded. So these are not covered under Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. If there is war between India and Pakistan, and the border area crop are damaged because of the war, so the company will say, as we have already mentioned the clause, that we are not going to cover the loss occurred because of war. So these are excluded. Now before I move to the next scheme, I just want to ask one more question. Question is, if losses are occurred because of wild animal, so insurance company will give you claim, yes or no? If losses will be there because of elephant, because of monkey, because of wild boar, because of nilgai is a cow-like animal, right? So if losses occur because of a wild animal, so is it covered under Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana? Yes or no? Gayatri says no. Anila said yes. The next no, next yes, next no. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Alternatively, it is going. Answer will be no. It will not be covered under Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Why, sir? The reason is it says other preventable risk. So wild animal attack can be prevented if you stay in the farm in the night. So you can prevent this damage, prevent the wild animal attack. So wild animal attack will not be covered under this scheme. Okay, guys, this is over. Let's talk about Kisan Credit Card Scheme. Kisan Credit Card is very easy. There are two KCC. One is Kisan Call Center, which was launched in 2004. Another one is Kisan Credit Card, which was launched in 1998. And everybody know what is the meaning of credit card. Credit card means one is debit card. By using a debit card, we can only use the money which is available in our account. But by using a credit card, the bank who is issuing us a credit card will decide our limit, and based on that limit we can use the money. Like my credit card limit is 1 lakh, in your case it is 2 lakh, in other cases 3 lakhs. So based on the limit they can use the amount. But this credit card says Kisan credit card, so this will be given to the farmers only, or to the person who are involved in the agriculture. Scheme was launched in 1998. Initially they said we will give the loan to the farmer who are involved in the crop production, but then they extended the same in 2004 to the allied and non-farm activity. Like initially it was not available for poultry or dairy, but in 2004 they said okay, allied activity means also eligible for the KCC. Objective, as the name says, objective was to give the credit to the farmers. Eligibility, individual or maybe joint owner. Joint owner means if the land is there on your mother and father's name, so that is a joint ownership. If land is there on the father's name, that is a individual ownership. So individual joint owner can take the credit card. Then tenant farmer means they are not having their own land, but yes, they are cultivating the land based on the based on the rent. So like they have taken the someone else land on the rent, so they will be known as tenant farmer. Sharecropper, so they have a sharing between the production. Sharecropper, then oral leases means again on rental basis. Self-help group or maybe JLG. Self-help group, as the name says, self-help, they will be doing their own help. Like you are the part of a self-help group, NABARD will give you training, but after completion of training you will run your own business. So that is a kind of self-help group. The next one is JLG. JLG is a concept which is taken by the NABARD from Bangladesh, and JLG is a joint liability group. What is the meaning of joint liability group? Joint liability group means what is the meaning of liability? If I will took a loan from the bank, that is my liability, but I am taking the loan, it is my liability, so it is individual liability. If 5 of us, if 10 of us, or if 20 of us is taking the same loan for Agri Coaching Chandigarh, now it's a joint liability. So joint liability means if there is a 20, 30, 40 people, so they will be known as joint liability group. So KCC can be given to SHG, JLG, tenant farmer, individual farmer, or maybe to the joint farmer as well. That's it, guys. Now, next is interest summation. I'm not going to discuss this here because we have next scheme, and that scheme is MISS. So I'm not going to tell you right now, but complete the KCC first. In case of KCC, earlier the collateral free loan limit was 1.6 lakhs, but now the collateral free loan limit is 2 lakhs. What is the meaning of collateral free? Collateral means security. So if I want to take a loan, they will ask for the security, gold, land document, or something else. They will ask as a security. But up to 2 lakhs, you can take the loan without security. So that means it is collateral free. And in budget 2025-26, they said instead of 3 lakhs, now you can enjoy interest subvention up to 5 lakhs. But what is the meaning of interest subvention? We are going to discuss in the next scheme. But right now, just learn only one line and I will explain it further. Interest subvention scheme, the benefit of this scheme was available up to 3 lakhs, but in this budget, it is increased from 3 lakhs to 5 lakhs. Okay, so next we are going to discuss about a scheme which was interest subvention scheme, but after that it was renamed as modified interest subvention scheme, right? Because Modi ji said, I want my name in the scheme. So they said, okay, sir, we'll keep it Pradhan Mantri Interest Subvention Scheme. So they said, no, yaar, make it Pradhan Mantri Interest Subvention Yojana. They said, no, yaar, English word is getting used. So Modi said, okay, fine, yaar, I'm happy with this. If you'll keep Modi like this only, so this is modified. Jokes apart, this is not modified, yeah, this is modified. Modified means no role of Modi ji is there. Modified means change version of previous scheme. So it was ISS but converted to MISS, modified interest subvention scheme. What is the meaning of this? See guys, when you are taking a loan, so definitely on loan you will have to pay that extra amount, and that extra amount will be known as interest. What is the meaning of subvention? Subvention meaning discount. So discount will be offered to you. So there is a scheme which will offer the discount on KCC, and that scheme is known as interest subvention scheme. So this scheme is implemented in the country to provide a short-term credit loan to the farmers, not mid-term, not long-term, short-term. Short-term is up to 12 months. So if you are offering loan or if you are taking loan up to 12 months, that will be known as short-term loan. So to provide short-term credit to the farmers at the low interest rate, this scheme was launched. This scheme was launched in 2006-7. At that time, the name of the scheme was Interest Subvention Scheme. But again, this scheme was renamed as MISS in 2022. And implementation is done by the major banking authorities, that is RBI and NABARD. RBI is the you can say central bank, or you can say highest authority in case of banking. But in case of agriculture, NABARD is the highest authority because NABARD is the regulator of agriculture sector, or you can say agriculture related banks. So scheme is being implemented by the NABARD and RBI through public sector bank like SBI, PNB, Canada, private sector bank like ICICI, HDFC, then cooperative banks as well as RRB. So these are the bank who is implementing this scheme, modified interest subvention scheme. To take the benefit of this scheme, farmer will take the Kisan credit card. They will repay the money within 12 months. Why within 12 months? Because this scheme is giving you loan for short term only, right? So up to 12 months, within 12 months, you will have to repay the money. Eligibility, again, the one who can take KCC, they can take the benefit of this scheme. So the same beneficiary will be there. Loan limit, initially before 2025-26, government said if you are taking loan up to 3 lakhs and paying within 12 months, you can take the benefit of this. Now duration is 12 months only, but this limit from 3 lakhs has been increased to 5 lakhs. Coverage, over 7.75 crore active KCC accounts currently benefit from this scheme. But now the doubt is, sir, I understand the objective of scheme, but what is this scheme actually? This scheme is to provide interest subventions. So instead of reading all this information, I will tell you in the simpler form. interest on the KCC is 8.5%. Interest which will be taken by the banking industry is 8.5%. But they said, okay, fine, yeah. If you are talking about the discount, we will give you 1.5% of discount. So if someone is taking KCC and they are taking loan of 1 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh, whatever it is, right? So interest will be charged 7%. This 7% is for everyone. Now you are thinking, sir, you just said it is up to 5 lakhs. Yes, it is up to 5 lakhs, but that is the extended benefit, or that is an additional benefit. This benefit is available for all the KCC holder. Instead of 8.5, they will have to pay 7% only. And even if the question paper asks you what is the interest rate on the KCC, it will be 7%. But now the KCC says if you are taking loan of 5 lakhs, right, and paying this loan within 12 months, so we will give you extra 3% of summation. This 1.5% will be given to all, but this will be given to only those who are taking loan up to 5 lakhs and paying within 12 months. If you are paying beyond 12 months, if you are taking beyond 5 lakhs, this scheme is not available. But up to 5 lakhs paid within 12 months, then extra 3% summation will be there. So 7% was the original rate, extra 3% summation will be there. So that means effective rate of interest on KCC loan for you will be 4%. So this 4% is not for all. This 4% is for those who are taking the 5 lakhs loan and paying within 12 months. Sir, poultry farmer, animal husbandry farmer can also take up to 5 lakhs? No. For poultry and animal husbandry, for allied activity, limit is 2 lakhs. For crop production, limit is 5 lakhs. But yes, subvention will remain same, 8.5 minus 1.5, 7%. Interest rate is for all, but up to 5 lakhs, 12 months, 3% extra subvention. Effective interest rate will be 4%, and this is interest subvention scheme, or also called as modified interest subvention scheme. Is it clear to everyone, guys? Okay, fine. Now moving forward, next one is for MSME. MSME schemes are not important. If it is not important, then why are you teaching in the class? Because this can be asked in the exam, because agriculture can also be the part of MSME. There can be few micro, small and medium enterprise which are relevant to agriculture. So previous scheme is most important. This one is least important, but yes, it is important. So this scheme is run by Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. This scheme was introduced in 2018. 2% interest subvention will be given for all GST registered MSME. GST registered. GST registered means they should have a GST number. Interest subvention would be made available for the maximum financial assistance up to 100 lakhs or 1 crore. So if a MSP, not MSP, if a MSME taking loan up to 1 crore, so they will be eligible for this subvention. If loan is beyond 1 crore, then this subvention is not applicable. And for this, you should have a valid Udyog Aadhaar number, that is UAN. Udyog Aadhaar number is compulsory, and second is valid GST number, or you can say GSTIN or GSTN number is compulsory. So two things are compulsory. 2% is a subvention will be given, and it will be implemented by Ministry of MSME. And up to what amount subvention will be given? 100 lakhs of loan. What is the name of scheme? Interest subvention for the MSME. So this scheme was launched in 2018, but next scheme is Mudra loan, which was launched in 2015. Before I tell you about Mudra loan, I want to add one more point here, and that one more point is we are studying about the loan. Previous says interest subvention for the MSME. Then it says MISS. Now it says Mudra loans. Why it is called as Mudra loans here? If I have a business, I want to take a loan. I will go to bank, give me loan, that's it. Mudra loan, Shudra loan, whatever it is. Why we are giving these kind of name, and why we are launching scheme for the loans? Loan is something which will be given by the bank. Then why Mudra loan? Why we are saying this scheme was launched by government? Say this scheme was launched by government of India. Why government of India? Can you tell me the reason? Can you ask this question from you? Why government of India is involved here? I want to take a loan. I will go to bank. They will give me the loan. Why government is getting involved in this? The reason is these schemes are getting implemented by government. Bank is just a mediator, because without this scheme, if I am taking the loan from the bank, so only bank and me both are involved. But if I am taking the loan under Mudra loan, so government and me are involved. Bank is working as a mediator only. So these schemes are directly sponsored by the government. Like if I'll take a normal loan from the bank, and I'm not going to pay back the loan, or say bank is unable to recover the loan, that will be categorized as NPA, non-performing assets. So now it is the loss of the bank only. But if I will take a loan under Mudra loan and I'm not going to repay this loan, then this loan will be repaid by the government to that bank, because bank was working as a mediator only. So in normal scenario, government is not responsible for the repayment, but this scheme is implemented by the government instructions, right? So in this scenario, if someone is not able to repay the loan, then government will be responsible to repay. Are you getting my point? Normal loans are sponsored by the bank only, but if it comes under a scheme, then it is backed by the government of India. Okay, guys, next is Mudra loan. So Mudra loan was launched in April 2015 under the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana by the government of India. Micro Unit Development and Refinancing Agency. This is the full form of Mudra. Micro Unit Development and Refinancing Agency. Right? Mudra Bank. Mudra Bank was created at public sector financial institution. It's a wholly owned subsidiary of SIDBI. What is the meaning of subsidiary? Like right now I can see room number one. Room number one, I hope so. This is a Vijayawada branch from Sridhar CC. And again I can see Sridhar Rajamundry, right? So now if a branch is there from Sridhar side, Sridhar CC side, so that branch is their subsidiary. In case of NABARD, they have their subsidiary. In case of SIDBI, they have their subsidiary. So Mudra Bank is the subsidiary of SIDBI. SIDBI is something which is developmental bank, industrial developmental bank of India, right? So SIDBI is developing the industry, and these Mudra loans will be given to the industry. This is why Mudra Bank is the subsidiary of SIDBI. It does not lend directly to the MSME. You cannot go to Mudra Bank. You cannot go to SIDBI for the loan. Loan will be given by the bank only, but these agencies are responsible for the distribution. Implementation will be done by someone else. It provides loan at the low rate to the microfinance institution and non-banking financial institution, which then provide credit to the MSME. So these Mudra loans will be given to the bank by SIDBI or by Mudra Bank. Now that bank will give loan to the customer. So if you are repaying the loan to the bank, again you are repaying to the SIDBI. So SIDBI will not give you direct loan, but loan will be given by the financial institution. So Mudra is a central sector scheme. Total money will be given by the central government only, and refinancing managed by the Mudra Limited, which is a Mudra Bank, which refinance MLI, micro lending institution, but does not lend directly to the borrower. So it will not give money directly to the borrower. It will give money to the bank, and bank will give money to the borrower. And loan can be given by the commercial bank, RRB, small finance bank, cooperative bank, microfinance institution, non-banking financial company, but there is no subsidy for these kind of loan. So these are Mudra loan. Clear, guys? So it was Mudra. Previous was interest subvention for MSME. Then it was MISS. And before that, we studied about KCC. All these four schemes are related to the loans only. And next we are going to talk about next scheme, but before that, these four components are important. Under Mudra loan, there are four categories. Initially there were three categories, but recently they launched one more category. So under Mudra loan, based on your enterprise, like I went to them and I said I loan for Agri Coaching Chandigarh. Now they will assess the level of the Agri Coaching Chandigarh, at what level they are. So they will categorize Agri Coaching Chandigarh into one of these four: Shishu, Kishore, Tarun, and Tarun Plus. Now again, these are Hindi word. I will try to explain it for you. Shishu means it's a child when you are 1 year, 6 months, 2 years old. In case of normal word, I'm not talking about the business right now. Shishu is a Hindi word, and Shishu will be called to a child which is 6 months, 1 year, 2 years old. That is Shishu. Then Kishore. Kishore means now it is getting mature. 12, 13, 14 years old guy is Kishore. Tarun means when we achieve the age of 18 plus, we are adult, we are sexually mature, so we are Tarun. And Tarun plus is the new category, loans under Mudra loan. Now talking about the business. So loan up to 50,000 rupee will be given for the startup or early age micro enterprises. So 50,000 will be given to them if they are Shishu. And under the next category, which is Kishore, so 50,000 to 5 lakhs will be given. Under Tarun, 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs of loan will be given, and Tarun Plus will give you loan beyond 10 lakhs, or you can say 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs. So that means under Mudra loan, max to max 20 lakhs rupees loan can be taken, and under Mudra loan, you can take the loan into the 4 category. Now try to understand, guys. As an agriculture graduate, if you want to run a business or if you are running a business, under which scheme you will take a loan, AC, ABC or Mudra loan? Can you tell me, guys? If you are the part of Agri Clinic or if you want to become the part of Agri Clinic, which scheme you will choose? Mudra loan or AC, ABC? So if you'll ask this question to me, I will say ACABC, because ACABC will give me loan up to 20 lakhs, but ACABC will also give me subsidy of 36%. And if you are a women, SC, ST or hilly state resident, then it will give you 44% subsidy. So definitely instead of going with Mudra, we will go with ACABC. So like this, there are so many schemes available in the market, and based on your need, you can take the benefit of this scheme. Now that loan part is over, and we will move forward to a scheme which is not just important, it is very, very, very important, because from this scheme I can say, I have seen in last 5 years 4 question, or say 4 time question was there. Every year they're asking question from NRLM, which is National Rural Livelihood Mission. What is the meaning of livelihood? Again, once say if I am earning money for my family from this teaching profession, so this is my livelihood, right? If farmer earning money from the farming, that is their livelihood. If labor is doing daily labor work, that is livelihood. So the scheme says Deen Dayal Antyodaya Day Yojana, NRLM. This part is important. National Rural Livelihood Mission. What was the main purpose to launch this mission? It was reduce the poverty. So aim was to reduce the poverty by providing self-employment and skilled wages employment opportunity. Not just wages employment, है ना? It is say skilled wages. What is the meaning of skilled wages? Unskilled person who is working as a labor will get 500 to 800 in a day, but skilled worker will get 800 to 1200 in a day, right? If I want to call me labor, so of course I am the part of labor, but I'm a skilled labor because the work which I am delivering right now is the part of skills. So NRLM is also focused to reduce poverty by providing self-employment, as well as if wages employment opportunities are there, that should be skilled wages, because skilled worker will earn more. This scheme is getting implemented by Ministry of Rural Development. The scheme was launched on 1st April 2013 by restructuring Swarn Jayanti Gram Savrojgar Yojana. So DNRLM is the restructured version of SGSY, renamed DAYNRLM on 29th March 2016. So launched in 2013, renamed in 2016, and this is a restructured version of Swarn Jayanti Gram Savrojgar Yojana. So as the name says, Gram Savrojgar. Savrojgar means self-employment. So this scheme was self-employment, and by restructuring this scheme, again they launched a scheme which is focused on self-employment. National Rural Livelihood Mission is a restructured version of Swarn Jayanti Gram Savrojgar Yojana, right? Funding. So this is not a centrally sector scheme. This is centrally sponsored scheme, and funding is 60-40. 60 will be given by the center, 40 by the state. But if northeastern or hilly state, then 90 will be given by the center and 10 will be given by the state. So why partiality with the other state? The reason is northeastern states are not fully developed. Northeastern states are not having that much revenue. This is why every time if there is a sharing between state and center, so sharing will be more in plain state because they have more development. And in case of hilly and northeastern state, the contribution will be less by the state government. Okay. This day NRLM is giving financial support to SHG. Now, those who don't know the exact meaning of SHG, then I will request you to watch the YouTube video just for 4 to 5 minutes, search for SHG and try to watch the video in English or in your local language. I don't have any issue. But once you will watch a 4 to 5 minutes of video, you will understand the concept that what is the actual meaning of SHG. So simple meaning of SHG, I'm not going to show you the video. Yes, but to explain this concept, I can just show you a single video and I will explain the concept. So if you'll go on the YouTube and if you'll search for SHG by NABARD, I'm not sure which video it will show, but most of the time it will show video of women. है ना? Why? The reason is most of the time member of the SHG are women only. See, है ना? There is a special playlist made by the NABARD. So if there is a playlist, that means this concept is very important. And see, and every video you can see women, million dreams, women is there, fulfilling ambition, women. Then again, bank in our village, women is there, right? So women will be there in the SHG. Now, what is the meaning of this? See guys, simple meaning. NABARD will come to the village and NABARD will give them the training. Training for what? Like they said, bank in our village. So they are not going to establish a bank. They are going to train few person. They will be training few ladies that you can use this machine. Have you seen that machine used by conductor? If you'll go in the city bus, so they have a machine in the end. In the hand, they will just simply press the button. They will give the ticket. So like that, they will give them the machines. They will train them how to use these machines. है ना? Right now, it is showing a bank. But basically, they will give them a say what they will do, they will give them machine, they will give them the training that how you can collect the fund, how you can distribute the fund. All that training will be given by the NABARD, and once the training is given, now the NABARD, what NABARD will do, once the training is given, now NABARD part is over, all the task will be operated, will be done by the women only. And if subsidy or funding is required, now the loan will be given by the NABARD. But loan and training can be given by the NABARD, but rest all the part will be done by the women only. So they are helping themselves. This is why it is called as SHG, self-help group. So self-help group under a day NRLM scheme, if they want to take loan, so they can get the benefit of revolving fund of 20,000 to 30,000. But what is the meaning of revolving fund? Revolving, when we are revolving the money. Just an example, if you are my friend and I'm asking you, can you please give me 1,000 rupee? You said, okay, fine. But make sure I'll give you 1,000 rupee only. Don't ask me again. I said, okay, fine, yeah. After a few days, I'll come to you. I said, yeah, I have 500 right now. I'm giving you back. And remaining 500, I'll pay after a few days. You said, okay, fine. And I come to you within 3 days, said, I need 200 more, yeah. Please give it to me. So from your side, limit is 1,000. But what I'm doing, I'm giving you money, then I'm asking for the money, then return is asking for the money, but limit will remain 1,000. In the same way, per SHG, under this scheme, they can avail the fund of 20 to 30,000. So they will deposit the money. If they need, they can take the money. They will deposit it back. They will take the money. So 20 to 30,000 revolving fund will be given to SHG to strengthening institutional capacity. Eligibility SHG, which are active for 3 to 6 months. They are active from last 3 to 6 months and they are following Panch Sutras. What are Panch Sutra? That SHG is conducting regular meeting. They have their own saving. They have their internal lending. They are giving the money to the members of the SHG. Recovery is also happening and proper accounts means proper record is also getting maintained. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 5 means Panch, 5. Panch Sutra is getting followed and from 3 to 6 months last the SHG is working. So they are eligible to get revolving fund of 20 to 30 lakhs under National Rural Livelihood Mission. Capital subsidy, no subsidy will be given. Interest subvention available to the women SHG because most of the time SHG is run or member of the SHG will be women. So for women interest subvention is there. Revolving amount of 20,000, 30,000 is available. Name of the scheme is NRLM, launched in 2013, renamed in 2016, and it is a restructured version of Swarn Jayanti Gram Samrojgar Yojana. Okay, now we'll move forward to the next scheme, and our next scheme is MIDH, which is a Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture. But I'm not here to cover everything in one go only. I'll ask for your feedback, but let me show the remaining scheme. If you want me to cover remaining part, even I'm not feeling good right now, but that is okay. I'm suffering from cold, little bit cold, and so my voice is changed, but otherwise I'm completely okay. I can cover this part right now, but I will ask for your confirmation. See, remaining schemes are MIDH. After that, we are going to study submission agriculture mechanization, then Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, then National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture, Soil Health Card Scheme. Then schemes will be over, but we have data from the animal statistics, that is annual data. Then we will discuss about the recommendation per capita availability, egg production, meat production. Then we are going to discuss about daily dietary guidelines, that how much you should eat on daily basis. Then we will study about the forest report. After that, we'll study the last part, area production and productivity of the crops. So this will take next 30 to 60 minutes. So if you want me to cover this right now, you can give me confirmation. Or if you want me to cover this in the next session, I don't have any issue. So tell me, what do you want me to do right now or tomorrow? From Sridhar, I got instruction from 6:30 to 9:30, but I'm completely fine if you want to extend this class. Guys, if you will not give me thumbs up or down, I will 101% continue this class and I will not allow you to leave this class. So give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Do you want me to continue? Then thumbs up. If no, then thumbs down. And those who are not giving me signal, I will force you to sit in the class. Okay, now again, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. See the first guy on the bench with the wristwatch, hai na? Now he's also like, hey, thumbs down. And when I was asking the whole class, he was not raising the hand. But now oh, he will force me to sit in the class. So it is better to do like this. Guys, this is what I'm asking for, yeah. Just need your feedback. Otherwise, if you ask my feedback, I'm completely okay. I'm getting highly motivated. The reason is I'm just thinking, wow, Deepak, you are able to cover all the current affairs in one class. So I'm highly motivated right now to cover everything in one go only. But that's fine with your session. With your feedback, we will continue the same in the next session. Yes, definitely. I'll be sharing the PDF to my online student and I'll be sharing the PDF to Sridhar as well as student of Veranda Race. So guys, if you are from Veranda Race or if you are from Sridhar CCE, we can share the PDF with your authorities only. You'll have to contact them. And in case of online, I'll be adding in your courses. Right. So that's all from my side. I'll see you with the remaining part in tomorrow's session. And in tomorrow's session, we will be covering this remaining part. Along with that, we are going to cover NABARD norms. So in one go, we will be covering current affairs remaining part as well as NABARD norms. And NABARD norms will also take 1 to 1.5 hours. So that will be covered in next session. And so on, I'm going to cover important data and I will let you know what we are going to cover day after tomorrow. But for tomorrow, we will be covering remaining part of current affairs and NABARD norms. That's it from my side. You guys can leave the class. And those who are in the online class, if you want to ask any kind of doubt, you can ask it right now. And along with the remaining current affairs, I'm also going to discuss the previous year question asked from current affairs. So from this current affairs in last 5 years, whatever the question have been asked, I'm going to discuss all those questions, right? Yes, people from Sridhar, guys, you can leave the class if you want to. Otherwise, you can continue. Someone is asking, I want to talk to you. So my dear friend, my Telegram ID is Agriculture Coaching. Simply go to the Telegram and search box. In the search box, write this without any space. Agriculture without any space, search coaching. After searching this, you will see an ID and the name of that ID will be Deepak Wadhwa. You can drop a message to me and I will reply you by tonight. Not in the day because I have classes. Because right now Diwali holidays are there, so everyone is absent. So I'm the one to take all the classes. So I'll reply you tonight. Is the session available in the recorded? Of course, yes. To Veranda Race, it is available in the recording. To online student, it will be available in the recording, but recording will be uploaded after 2 to 3 days. The reason is I don't have technical team right now. So I can conduct the class, but I don't know the procedure to process the video and to upload the video. So it will be uploaded on 26th, no, 27th, because 19 to 26 are Diwali holidays for all our employees. On 27, we will upload this class. Sir, are you going to cover schemes regarding fisheries? Of course, yes. If there will be important scheme, definitely I will cover. Will all the classes PDF interest subvention 2? With some sources say subvention 2% and some says 1.5%. See guys, earlier the interest rate was 9%, subvention was 2%, so 9 minus 2 it is 7%. But right now the interest by RBI is 8.5%, subvention is minus 1.5%, ultimately it is 7%. According to question language, you'll have to answer. A motivational guidance session for the English medium when you have time. Don't you think so? This is motivation. Hannah, I am suffering from fever. My throat is not supporting me, and even I have fever. And I am teaching in front of you. And I'm not saying that I'm doing a big task, but just telling you, if I can work for you guys, you have qualified your pre-examination. So that's a motivation, yeah. But yes, instead of motivation, if you need guidance, so definitely 101% I am going to take this guidance session by today or by tomorrow. Even 99% by today only. I will inform about the guidance session. If not, then tomorrow. 101%. I know from so many days you are asking this, but I was not having time to conduct the session. But 101% in next 48 hours, you will have this session. I have clear prelims. I studied well, but hardly I'm getting 32 to 30s in the mains in our test series, getting demotivated, hurting. Why? 32 to 33 is a good score, yeah. Because if you are attempting our overall test right now, so they are made as per the level of the IBPS. So even in the IBPS, if you score this marks, so that is again kind of 50-50 for selection. But right now you have 15 days, almost 15 days are there. You can improve your score, yeah. So why to hurt? Why to get worried? Simply try to recognize your weaknesses. If you guys are attempting our regular mock test, so please make sure to analyze the mock test. Try to write down the weaknesses. Weaknesses like why I'm attempting incorrect, what are my weak areas, and try to improve that weak area before the next test. Simply do this for next 5 to 7 tests from 32 to 33. You will move to 35 to 36. And again, by the end of the exam, you can reach up to 40. And if you are scoring 40 or 40 plus, that is good score in our test. Right? Okay, I have answered all your questions. That's all, guys. So I'll see you tomorrow at 6:30 in the next session. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.